1, and you should be going.
Okay, welcome back to Brine and Tide. Don't know how many sessions now, but
34.
34. Damn,
Yeah.
this is officially longer than my first campaign went because it ended at 33 sessions. So,
Hey.
um, last time the party managed to finish working their way through the palace of the Ruby Empress, who became the Sanguine Empress. First, both Ioane and Quiet Hearts were challenged to a fight within the pit. 2 versus 1 against the seemingly sister of Gleaza the Cambion. Lures in a rather large and muscular Cambion woman who showed
Manticore
this.
bits.
Yes, fairly Manticore themed, even having that as her title on the ring. The Manticore of the Blood Sands. She put up a very strong fight, managing to knock out Quiet Hearts, but almost going down as well thanks to their combined might. But before calling the fight, seemingly satisfied with their honorable duel, or honorable by her eyes, and not really seeming all that concerned with her sister's safety, gave you both a healing potion to revive Quiet Hearts and the key into the throne room of the palace. Departing with the Dragonborn Cambion, assumingly also one of the siblings, who didn't say anything, just intently watched the duel. They left you to deal with their sister, and after resting up a little bit, meeting with Fiaso, you went to the throne room where you had the final confrontation with Gleaza, eliminating her warlock attendant, dealing with some Marangons, dealing with some constructs that she summoned, as well as a mechanical hound. You were able to deal the killing blow, but not before she summoned reinforcements in the form of a Glabrezu demon, which, despite their might, proved not to be that much of a threat to the party due to some poor initiative rolls on its part. But the battle's finished. Gleaza sent back to whatever hell she came from. You looted her rapidly melting body, discovered some interesting items, followed deeper into the palace, discovered what seemed to be the Empress's former bedroom, now claimed as Gleaza's, and my sort of a small workshop. Dealt with
Rayon
an
tricked
imp.
me into poisoning myself.
Oh yes, well, we're not
That was
there
an
yet.
accident.
Dealt with an imp that was burning evidence, crunched it, sent it back to hell as well. Investigated around, found a bunch of notes and journals of Gleaza's paperwork. The imp not getting enough time to destroy most of the evidence. Discovered that a letter from a pirate captain saying that they were on their way to the island to take over now that the Aboleth was gone, and saying they would be there within 3 weeks, as well as discovering a footlocker under the bed that, while locked, was also trapped and filled the room with a noxious gas, nearly taking out the rogue, who was assured that it was safe. But inside you found some extra loot. Also, you found the lock for the seemingly keys that you had been fighting, the small little fiendish amethyst statues, revealing that behind it was a safe containing several items of esoteric power and importance. And that's where we left off, as you were all kind of just. You might have been taking a short rest at that point because Rayan was going through identifying some things, and that takes time. So we could say we can pick up as you guys are taking a short rest. So, what do y'all want to do now? The palace seems to be cleared of most threats, besides maybe some lingering imps or closets around. But you would guess that with their leaders gone, they are likely to scatter into the forest or into the jungle, do their own little personal mischief.
Well, it sounds like we got to get everyone off this fucking island like yesterday.
Well,
'Cause
some... Go on.
these assholes got reinforcements coming on pirate ships soon, so the sooner we're gone, the better.
Well,
Yes,
some of
the
these
letter
people have always
mentioned
been on the island.
the letter mentioned a Captain Grin. Which Ioane, Amon, and Corono. You three, I would allow a chance for a history check. It'll be pretty high, but there's being, travelers on the seas. The three of you might have possibly heard this name.
Okay. I'll try.
If you wanted to do a history,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
nope,
I'm gonna just slap Chrono.
nope, just these three.
But no, I'm gonna use guidance.
Nope, because this isn't
Oh.
something you would know to guidance for.
Fair enough.
This is just purely them trying to think. And Ioane and Amon, you've heard of pirates. This name doesn't really seem all too familiar. Corono, you're pretty sure you might have heard the name before, but you can't really remember the context. You're like, oh, I think I've heard that name before in passing. It's like, oh, Captain Grin's ships hit another convoy. That kind of, mention in passing. But nothing beyond that, really.
I know that he's a fairly well-known pirate, but other than that, nothing else.
Actually, with an 18, you would know that Captain Grin is believed to be a she.
Oh, she.
Heard rumblings about some bitch out that way. Yeah, it wasn't too important.
Yeah. All you heard was like just vague passing of, random attacks, but there are so many pirates working for the Federation, the loose collection of pirates that don't really have any loyalty except to each other. You might have heard that name in vague passing, but it would have been taken a pretty serious, a good check to really know anything more than that. But continue.
But yeah, so I'm not sure how practical it is to evacuate the island, and I don't think everyone would be willing to leave.
Yeah, this is some of their home.
This is their home. Well, it's gonna suck for them, I guess.
The other option that
mean,
we have, considering
It's not
they're-
like we can go anywhere.
yeah, considering they're coming and we can't leave, we can just think of it as they're very generously bringing us 3 ships that we can use to go when we feel like it.
Yeah, exactly. We can be ready for them.
Yeah, okay.
We do have 2 people
Yeah.
that can move the water and just
Yeah.
use us.
Yeah.
Isn't this the whole thing? Lying in wait until, it's time to strike?
Maritime combat is not my thing, but ambushes are a thing I'm used to doing in a significantly different setting, yes.
Well, if those pirates want to do anything, they're gonna need to come on shore.
Yeah. Alright, yeah. Alright. Okay. Alright.
This ambience track is a little more busy than I was expecting.
I can barely hear it. Yeah, there we go.
I suppose with all the devils gone, the wildlife's returning.
Because I did describe there is a large window, and there is a hole in the roof that has been covered by a sailcloth but it is still pretty much open to the outside. And actually, if you look out the window, you see what might have been like, it's now super overgrown and like barely recognizable, but after, taking time to just like glance at it, it's like, oh, that might have been that garden or zoo you heard about. Like maybe that's where she kept the polar bear.
Actually, yeah. Come to think of it, when we last saw the bear, it was just a collar, right? It wasn't. It didn't have like a lock on it.
Right. It was just a collar that clearly had been there for a long time, considering the Empress. Well, if this thing was around, if the Empress was, when she was alive, this thing is over like 200 years old.
Oh Lord.
Magic bear.
And
And
bear we
you
haven't
know, they
seen
don't
in a
grow that
long
big
time.
normally.
yeah,
Sorry,
I
what was
still
that,
remember
Amon?
your description though that it's that collar's starting to dig in.
Yeah, it's if you've ever seen those like cats or dogs who, those poor animals that have a collar that they really should have been gotten a bigger one as they grew. It's just
Mhm.
yeah, it's very much like that.
Yeah, that's still on his Ioanne's personal docket is get collar off bear.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even something necessarily he'll ask people to help with him. That's a personal mission.
I get you.
Put you back on the throne room map, even though you're in the personal chambers.
See, I'm worried about the I'm worried less about the pirates and more about the spy in the village.
Yeah, we need to not mention that we know that.
But how are we gonna sniff them out? I mean, it's a pretty decent sized village.
If I recall,
Well-
didn't we get an item that can read minds?
Oh yeah.
If we simply stay quiet and announce that we purged the demons here, I'm sure the spy will panic.
Quiet hearts.
Yes?
We do have this thing we just got, but I also have a medallion of detect thoughts.
That is what I was meaning.
Oh, I thought you meant the ring we got from Glass.
Oh yeah, actually, the ring. Here, I'll just show it to you. Ring of telepathic thought. It's fairly simple. It's an uncommon. It's a ring made of heavy silver and glass. When wearing this ring, you can speak telepathically to any creature you can see within 60 feet of you. Your telepathic utterances are in a language you know, and the creature understands you only if it knows that language and can respond in kind. So it's not quite the full telepathy spell. It's just like, oh, hey, if it's just silent speak.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how's the whole?
Is it attunement?
No, that one's, and it's not an infusion either.
Okay.
That's one of the ones that will last.
So, how's the whole detect thoughts thing work? Like,
Well.
And Ryoko knows.
I don't know magic.
Well,
Someone explain it to me.
I pick up on the surface thoughts in someone's mind, and what they're feeling, what they're generally thinking of, and I can also delve deeper into their mind, although that they tend to know when you do that.
So, question. Can you clarify whether you cast a very large net, or you gotta, like, focus on one person?
I don't need. I can. It lasts for a certain amount of time, and I can like aim it around for that time.
Because, like, if we come back to the village and we tell the chief, and only the chief, presuming the chief isn't the spy, that, hey, we just got rid of the demons, and we need to prepare for a pirate invasion, maybe she can call for a whole village meeting. And if everybody's there and you can detect thoughts...
I was actually thinking something similar too, yeah.
That is what I was suggesting, yes.
Oh, good.
What if we gathered everyone in the village, and then
Oh god.
got them talking about it, and then we cast Detect Violence?
I would like to stab Ryoko.
You already poisoned me, isn't that enough?
So you're all taking a short rest, so you can heal up from your, what was it, 2 HP, Ryoko?
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I have no hit die.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
before we begin any rest, should we talk to our rescued folk?
Probably, yeah.
Let them know that, hey, we're alive.
I
We
wish we could do that during the rest.
we came back into the area where they're all
7
sitting.
health.
All right.
7 health.
We look like shit, but we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may as well use my last hit die. Yeah.
The funniest thing is, I only look like shit because somebody didn't bother to check for traps.
I'm the
Well,
magic
somebody
person. What do you want from me?
Didn't check for traps because a person handed me a box and was like, "Hey, just open this."
No, not you.
I'm the magic person. What do you want from me?
I wasn't close enough to get hit by
To
that
tell
one.
me that it's trapped.
Oh, right, no. Corona, you got hit by the door trap with Rayan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the kind of trap where it was a tile was spring loaded, so that if the door swung completely open without holding down one like corner of it, it would flip open and there was a bouncing Betty pincushion mine
Hmm.
that just popped out and
I took it right to the face.
sprinkled you. Yeah, yeah. It was literally a cartoon moment where you and Rayan opened the door. There's an explosion. You both turn back, and you just have cactus quills in your faces.
Ugh.
And that's when I turned around and left.
All right. So, I'm missing 30 HP still, but I'm not going to heal anymore because my current hit point total is 69.
Nice.
Mhm.
And I wish my health was that high.
I mean, you
I
could all
can't heal.
take a long rest and head out in the
No,
morning.
that's above my max HP.
I have 53 HP.
Your max HP is less than 69.
It's 63.
Oh.
Uh,
That
Quiet
would
Hearts is the-
explain why I've seen you go down like real quick if someone actually manages to hit you.
Quiet
They're
Hearts
an
is
They're an armor tank, and a lot of things have been bypassing armor lately, or rolling back like a bastard.
I'm sorry,
You
Roll
absorbed
20
all
has
the
it out for you. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
You and
No.
Amon, although it seems mostly shifted from Amon to you lately.
Yep.
Because Amon stays in the back and fires off snarky jokes.
Well, that's also what got him to be Grell pounced.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
it's been working for him.
There were other items, I believe, that still needed identification. Most of it was fairly simple. There's that clockwork. Oh yeah, there's the loot.
Who took the clockwork? I think it was
You
Quiet
guys give it to me because he said this is better for a martial character.
Yeah, there's the dread helm. There's the wing boots and the +1 glaive, although their enchantments are temporary. There's the ring.
The helm we gave to Amon.
Yep.
Or Rayan kind of forced on Amon. Purely because it looks cool.
Yep.
Where's the black stone?
Yeah,
the coins.
that has a minor restorative thing. Do you identify it?
Sure.
Uh,
It's going
it
back
can
to its
be
owner, but sure.
used. It can be used with a code word that you don't learn from the identify, but it can be used to cure a disease.
Oh, okay.
But you would have to find out from Meisha how it works. But she that was the item she was hoping to get back.
Yeah. I'll keep that knowledge to myself. And the soul coin.
Full coins. Okay. A soul coin. Soul coins are about 5 inches across and about an inch thick, made of infernal iron. They're about a third of a pound, and there's like infernal writing and script across them. And you learn that each soul coin contains the soul of a mortal being. Um, and as you hold it and start doing these, you can sort of sense the emotional state of these coins, and all of them are various mixes of rage, fear, or despair.
Oh,
And uh,
Don't
let's
worry, they
see.
like it in there.
Soul coins have 3 charges. A creature carrying the soul coin can use its action to spend 1 charge from a soul coin and use it to do one of the following: drain life. You siphon away some of the soul's essence and gain 1d10 temporary hit points. Or you can spend a charge to query. You telepathically ask the soul a question and receive a brief telepathic response, which you can understand. The soul knows only what it knew in life, but it must answer you truthfully and to the best of its ability. The answer is no more than a sentence or two and might be cryptic.
okay. Oh, so I can't like summon what's inside of it?
No,
Okay.
you get the sense that Gleaza sacrificed the soul coin as like payment to
Oh,
beckon the Glabrezu.
jeez. Okay. Okay, we have 4 soul coins.
5 technically. There were 4
5.
in the
Right.
safe and one more on Gleaza.
All right. Down. So
I believe that's how much it was, right?
5 soul coins. I'll have to take. Oh god, I'm gonna have to write down somewhere how many charges are in each. Are they all full charge or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you from the identify, you would know that there is a way to. You get the sense that there's probably ways to free them, but you're not sure if like how or if that would destroy the soul within or allow it to pass on, or you're not sure yet. Although
Don't eat the coins, Ran.
Ryoko, I'd say you probably have a chance of knowing. Whatever would be higher for you, like religion or arcana, or just a straight intelligence check if you're not proficient in either of those.
I am not, so intelligence it is.
Okay. Well,
I can ask.
situationally, you would have advantage. So,
Oh.
Ryoko, you would know that soul coins. You do know that there are ways to free the souls within, either by consuming them, which they don't go anywhere. The soul is just gone, which might be a more merciful thing in some cases. But freeing a soul, you think that removing like effects that would remove a curse would allow the soul to break the bindings, because this is technically a cursed existence.
Mhm.
And you would know that's probably the safest way to, the most humane way to do it, or they can be destroyed using weapons of certain infernal make.
Yeah, so we have some infernal weapons we can, fuck these guys up.
Although
I'm all free.
That might.
These are just trapped souls,
Although using you would know probably using infernal devices, as like these can be slotted in like coin slots to empower things, like some of the machines you witnessed in the workshop. That Clockwork Abomination was probably powered by one or a couple, but those consume the souls, and certain weapons would probably destroy the soul rather than free it.
Infernal machinery coin slot. All I can think of is those little mechanical pony rides outside of stores.
See, I was thinking about the one where you put in a coin and then it crushes it into a certain shape.
Oh
Yeah, a
the
penny presser.
penny pressers.
Moldorama.
Yeah.
I got a couple of those at the Chicago museum.
I'm sure in the case of
Yeah,
soul
that-
coins, the print would be the person's anguished face.
Oh God,
Oh God.
that's totally something they do on the chain court. That's fucked up. I love it.
You're going into the penny presser.
Penny presser!
Awful.
So,
You would also know, Ryoko, that these are considered very valuable because they are one of the more convenient ways to, barter and traffic in souls.
Mhm.
So you basically have a small little fortune, depending on who you're doing transactions with.
Yeah, those are functionally worthless, but if we can find a way to break them open and free them, that would be a good thing we could do.
Yeah. I want to figure out how to let them out. I don't. This is gross. I hate this actually.
And Ran, I'm gonna
Yeah.
say that I'm gonna guess. We don't really use alignments in this game, but I'm gonna guess that Rayan doesn't qualify as an evil aligned character, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
A non-evil creature can carry a number of soul coins equal to or less than its constitution modifier without penalty. A non-evil creature carrying a number of soul coins greater than its con modifier has disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws, as you are basically dragged down by the evilness of it.
Cool.
Yeah, so how many coins are you wanting to carry?
4 of them.
5.
I know. I have a constitution of 18, not 20, so I can carry 4 of them.
I imagine the coins give off such rancid vibes that it's like actually adverse for your health.
Yeah. She says, actually, I hate this. I hate this a lot. Actually, it feels kind of awful holding this many.
Yeah, maybe we should distribute those.
Or
Yeah,
put them in an
here.
extra dimensional pocket.
Yeah.
She gives you one of the soul coins. You want it?
Yeah, I might put this in the bag.
I kind of want to ask whoever's
oh.
inside who they
Yone.
are.
Because Yone has they're called shackles, but they're more like gauntlets. His motor shackles.
Yeah.
So you do have like the shade steel when it like sits down in your palm
right.
with the shade steel. There is like it's like when you put a frying pan that's still got water from washing on the bottom onto a stovetop. There's like that little hissing
Sizzle.
sound. Yeah, it's not much. There's not really that much of a reaction, but it's just infernal metal mixing with the frozen undead metal. That might be that's a weird combination.
Yeah, that.
I'm not saying there's mechanically something happening. It's just
Oh, yeah, I don't imagine so. It's just don't trust like that. Putting in the bag.
I kind of want to ask each of them.
You want all your drinks are chilled if you just hold them long enough.
Well, I'm not sure you're gonna get much useful information. Because
Yeah, but I might be able to.
I imagine it's just gonna be screams of the damned.
No, but they kind of have to. Oh, that feels gross. They kind of have to answer a question.
Yeah, so they're doing it under duress, though.
Yeah, but if we know who they are, that might help them and us.
How?
If we know who they are, we might be able to find out how we can help them specifically.
I mean, we know some smart people back in the village.
Wait.
Hey, we could even ask fucking Pizlop.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
You just shove them all in. You just, take a bite out of it like an Oreo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't think
saying
that's a
we
good
give
idea.
them
Actually,
to.
no, that's more what Morass would have done. Rip more ass.
Mhm.
God,
I'm not saying we give it to
I was going to
Pizznock.
like that little fucker.
I just realized saying "rip more ass" sounds very bad
Oh
out of
God,
context.
Listen, we always gotta rip more ass.
Yeah, I ate a bunch of Taco Bell for it.
Oh God. Anyways, so you've taken a short rest. You've identified. Oh, there's still the flask.
Oh yeah, but that was like
Ryoko,
covered in like.
yeah, last time Ryoko pointed out that the wax seal and the wax in like knotted paper seal, a very powerful trap.
Yeah.
You don't want to break that.
No.
But I don't believe you identified the flask itself.
Is it safe to do that?
Yeah, as long as you're, Ryoko would tell you, as long as you're not breaking the seal, you should be fine to handle.
Right. I'm gonna do it.
Don't break the seal.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay,
Okay.
you okay? Let's do it.
You
Fuck around. You
identify it.
No, I'm not breaking the seal. I'm
You are
identifying.
identifying
No.
this dented iron flask is known as an iron flask.
Cool.
Oh.
I'm gonna.
Oh.
Normally these flasks, you can use an action to speak the flask's command word, targeting a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you. If the target is native to a plane of existence other than the one you're on, the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be trapped in the flask. If the target has been trapped by the flask before, it has advantage on the saving throw. Once trapped, the creature remains in the flask until released. The flask can hold only one creature at a time. A creature trapped in the flask doesn't need to breathe, eat, or drink, and doesn't age.
Okay, Ryan is identifying this.
And
And her.
there's more.
Oh God!
You can use an action to remove the flask stopper and release the creature the flask contains. The creature is friendly to you and your companions for 1 hour and obeys your commands for that duration. If you give no commands or give it a command that is likely to result in its death, it defends itself but otherwise takes no actions. At the end of the duration, the creature acts in accordance with its normal disposition and alignment. An identify spell reveals that a creature is inside the flask, but the only way to determine the type of creature is to open the flask. And as you identify it, there is something inside it.
Oh my God! Okay.
And as you look at this iron flask, it is dented, but dented from the inside out. Like they're like little raised nubs, as if something inside was trying to, thrashing around inside it.
Okay. Okay.
But otherwise, it just looks like.
Don't you want to find out?
But otherwise, it is just a very simple iron flask, unadorned with any really like decorations, or it looks very mundane except for the seal.
Put your hand,
So-
put your thumb over the top of it and shake it real hard.
You guys, Rayan is doing her thing. Has her book. It's flipping to various pages. She's holding the flask and like examining it. The color in her entire body starts to drain away.
Drink
Literally like a cartoon where you go monochrome.
Yeah. She goes monochrome.
Drink it, I say. Establish your dominance.
What is it? Is it good hooch?
No. Nobody can have this.
Are you sure? Because I could go for some good hooch.
Nobody can have this.
Okay.
Yeah, Ryoko, you did identify it last session of definitely do not open this. This is scary.
Mhm.
Well, Ryoko identified that the trap on it.
Yep. She may not know the magic jumbo, but she knows it's bad news.
Mm-hmm.
I posted the item in the loot hall. It is a legendary item.
Oh my god. Nobody can touch this.
What is it, Ryan?
Ryoko, I think you would probably guess what this is. Just from, stories you've heard.
That's some good hooch. Some real good hooch.
Oh yeah, you also did find another bottle of that infernal wine. Different vintage
Yeah,
than
I
the one
did.
you found before,
The
but same
fucking-
make.
Yeah, the fucking pomegranate, or was it pomegranate? It was something.
Pomegranate and
was some-
Zamcot,
yeah, I thought so.
the hell fruit.
Kumquats are demon fruit?
No, Zamquat is it's. I'm sure I'm butchering the pronunciation. It's literally from Hindu scripture where it's the fruit. It's the fruit that grows in hell. That is
Right.
watered by the blood of sinners, or
Right.
of the damned. Which
Oh,
quite
I know
literal.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, it grows in infernal realms, which pomegranates do surprisingly well growing in the underworld.
Yeah, the Quiploth tree or whatever.
Yay.
Yes.
Lovely.
Oh, you don't want them growing in the underworld?
Oh, actually, that'd be kind of funny. Pomegranates as a species, the trees,
Mm-hmm.
survived the deluge, not on Rukor, but in the Hells, and then was reintroduced later on.
But yeah, Ioane is just gonna put his hands on his hips. He's like, you don't have to be coy about it.
She is she is looking terrified at this thing.
What is it? Because listen, if you're not going to tell us the specifics, then we're not going to know exactly.
It's
why
got
we
a
should-
person. It's another thing of a person trapped in it. It's not actually good hooch.
Oh,
Yeah, it's another thing of a person trapped in it, in addition to the trap on it. So got to figure out how to break someone out of that too.
So, it's probably a foregone conclusion. Can I burn a divine sense to see if there's any evil flowing off this sucker?
Nothing really besides just like the rancid vibes of the room you're in. Nothing really significant comes off of it.
Yeah, it's a good stopper then.
Yeah, it's very firmly sealed.
Hey,
Yeah, you definitely get some really bad vibes if any of the coins are still out, or just the
Yeah.
room that you're in, considering what it was, whose it was for a while.
no surprise there.
all right. So, evil bottle, evil coins. Cool.
Rand
Yeah.
tucks all those away.
Yeah, Ryoko, it makes perfect sense that the Empress would have an iron flask hidden away in a personal safe like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you would probably guess that whoever's in there with the seal it's on, she did not want getting out. That is a serious punishment someone is being put through.
Can I identify the trap?
Actually, you might be able to. Yeah, go ahead.
Cool.
So another 10 minutes pass. It is a death trap.
Oh.
This is designed to kill whoever, anyone who does not know the secret of undoing it. This is meant to kill.
Okay, but does it kill them if it's open, or does it stop them from opening it and kill them?
No, it's just this seal is placed on it, wrapped around the stopper.
So in order to take out the stopper, you would trigger the
in
death
order.
strip.
Yeah, you have to remove the trap in order to use the item.
Okay.
Okay.
Good to know.
It is a very powerful necromantic trap.
Okay. Yeah, Rand doesn't look great, and she puts it away.
in the bag of holding?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
She's holding on to that fucker.
So,
Rain's
you
been
worried
holding
about it
on to
being
a lot of the loot.
yeah.
Not really?
I think we just shove it in.
Yeah, it'd be really horrible if we had a party member just hogging a whole bunch of the valuables.
He
Yeah.
has summoning things? Because that's her whole thing?
Yeah, that
Hey.
really would be, huh, Ryoko?
Yeah, it'd just be like, like a betrayal of trust, really.
Yeah, I'm sure this journey has been enriching for some of us.
Yeah.
And
I
devastating
can
for
delete
others.
the the little statuettes. Actually, could I collect those again?
Yeah, and now you have. I'll have to make up a little list, but you can remove the others, and now you have like a collection of little devils and demons and a couple of Yugoloths.
Dude, some of my like that. A collector might like those, honestly.
Yeah, these are. You figure they would make a little, maybe like a little chess set, or just like little tchotchkes. What's Kappa?
Said the most fucked up little thought.
Yes.
Oh,
So those
Go
3
on.
ships that are coming, right?
uh huh.
Uh-huh.
How about I fly over one, open that cork on that thing, and drop it on your ship?
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh,
Have fun, dickheads. Yeah, we still need to loot the ships is the only problem.
Yeah, we sort of want those ships intact.
I mean, you do have a bell that like removes water around, so it'd be kind of easy to
True.
salvage them.
Yeah,
But
but
still,
also,
it would be real. A bell removes the water. It does not bring the ship to shore where we can repair
No.
it.
yeah. Like, why don't we just wait for the A's to come to shore, ambush them, take their shit?
These are all wonderful discussions to have with the village.
I know.
Yes. Or alternatively.
I mean, not to stop
With
you all
each
from
other.
plotting already. Sorry.
Like, about it, just.
I'm gonna hold that thought in my head for the next time we get into a ship combat. Because it'll fix 2 of our problems.
It just Karana is just gonna go over. Oh, Rayan, quickly, hand me the bottle. Trust me. You trust me. I'm an authority figure in your life.
I'm
The
a
one all of you trust
responsible
implicitly
adult,
for some
Rayan.
reason, dumb fucks.
Yeah, let's put our trust in the person who gets zapped by lightning bolts for fun.
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that's
She's the
that's
holy
what you've
woman.
chosen to do. So
I'm gonna be honest with you. You doing that horrible shit to people would make Ryoko trust you more.
And don't forget, Kuroto, you do have a brand new toy that you gained in this palace.
oh yeah.
So-
a lot of stuff.
What do you all want to do now? I'd say it's probably like getting closer to sunset. You've been fighting most of the day, really.
Hmm.
After the short rest, Quiet Hearts would be most certainly stalking the castle, eliminating any imps they could find.
Yeah, I'll say, do it. You know what? For fun, do an intimidation check.
Oh, fun! I'm actually quite good at that.
Hey, if they give up,
Yeah. So you are. I'll say that Quiet Hearts and the rest of the group, imps and quasits, which are pretty much the things that are still lingering. Maybe a couple spine devils are still roosting, but it doesn't take long for Quiet Hearts. You and the others, especially with Kuroto's, devil tracking vision, sometimes manage to flush them out and make short work of them, flashy enough that you see the rest go scattering. So you're pretty confident that whatever like lingering fiendish influences, because it seems you cleared out anything of higher rank than those, doesn't seem you've scared them off.
This place is
Like
so
you
fun.
saw like a. No, wait, no, I can't say you saw a monkey with a horse's head go swinging off because he's gone.
Is that more ass?
What?
Yeah, I was suddenly
Oh.
remembered. It's like you would see like random closets like turn into animals and go scattering off just out of fear.
Kitehearts will be hunting down any and all they saw.
Yeah, you snipe a few with the Eldritch Blast until they get out of range, and
Is that necessary?
Yes.
If they linger, they will cause trouble. Very few will design themselves to be harmless. Hislop is an exception, not the rule.
They're running away.
They will only cause trouble later, and
So,
this is
Ryan,
not true death.
we recently found out that there's a spy, and those guys, they're real good spies.
Hmm.
So
and
they are an
actually-
active threat.
actually, Ryoko, I will say that you guessed it. You probably guessed that it was either an imp or a closet that was ferrying these messages to Gleaza from wherever the spy was hiding them.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
They would be the most likely culprit.
So, yeah, there it is.
Because actually, this was actually a detail I never got to bring up before. But during the Ruby Empire, when it was full on using fiends and stuff,
Mhm.
their postal service was crewed by imps,
It's kind of funny.
and they took their contracts for like their unions very serious. Because devils take their contracts very serious.
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
a devil's union must be hell to deal with.
But
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
if you can get them on your side, they are one of your best allies. Anyways, that was just something I thought of the other day, or not the other day, but previously. It was like, oh yeah, I need to make sure this gets brought up sometime.
But yeah.
But yeah, is turning to Rand, they will say, when this building is cleared of all innocence, I fully intend to try and burn it to the ground.
Good luck with that.
It is mostly stone, I am aware.
This place has survived other pillagings and burnings and island changing hands.
It has too much demonic essence infused into it. At the very least, I will break every summoning circle I find.
What are you going to do about the giant lava pit?
Fill it. It's lava. Lava cools.
I mean, who knows how long the thing's been burning?
No. Maybe a channel. Open a channel to the ocean or some pool of water.
You've been having this discussion. You've been backtracking through the palace, and you get to the kind of main courtyard, like entryway. Is like, who's that on the map? Then I realized, oh yeah, I put that token there. I should know who that is. And as you approach, you see both kind of trailing behind. You see Fiaso and Meisha, the shade elf. Oh, jeez. I almost flipped her upside down. You see the two of them. Why is her token all fucked up now? What'd I do? Okay, never mind, that's fine. So you see the two of them kind of approach, looking hopeful as you all show up looking more ragged than you last did. And like, Fiaso goes, "Did you do it? Is it done?"
Uh,
Yeah, we kicked her ass.
There's no longer a significant fiend presence here.
Fairly
And-
certain it's done.
Fiasa goes, "Oh, good." As Meisha just gives us like not quite a cackle, but like this laugh, just like, "Oh, good. Oh, that's so satisfying to hear." And they go, yeah, Fiasa goes, "So what now?"
Return to the village.
Okay, so there is a settlement here. I heard them saying that there was like I was
There-
wondering where they were getting the sacrifices from. So
There are several settlements here.
oh, okay. And Meisha kind of nods. She goes, "I think you all would be more comfortable at the shipwreck village. Yes."
Yes, it's where we've been hanging.
Oh, that's on the other side of the island, if I remember right. And Fiaso, while being a Warforged, you can't exactly see their expression, but they do kind of slump in disappointment. Like they don't seem to relish the idea of hiking through a jungle, as despite being in a you know minor state of disrepair, being basically enslaved for a while. They are made of high quality materials that you get the sense that she's probably not keen on the idea of tromping through mud and stuff.
She's prissy.
Well, we do have a fast way back, don't we?
Does that allow us to take guests?
I don't know. I don't got the magic rocks.
And maybe she goes, magic rocks?
Oh,
Oh, the
no. You were looking for this, weren't you?
do you hold out the onyx stone?
Yeah.
She goes, oh, dear, yes, thank you. And she hurries over and takes it with her kind of old, gnarled hands. Takes it, and she goes, oh, thank you, dear. And slips it into, like, she, like, holds it over, like, inspecting it, dusting it off.
What's it
Yes.
do?
If actually, if anyone is feeling under the weather, this can help remove, ail you, cure you of what ails you disease-wise.
Oh.
Very helpful when you live alone in a jungle full of, biting insects.
Um. Yeah.
Although I have been thinking it might be good. Been years I haven't talked to any of my sisters in a while. Without the nasty thing in the water and these, that bitch working here, should be safe to leave, right?
Should be.
Yeah, more or less.
I heard the bird was taken out. They were both amused and annoyed at that, if I had a guess.
You're welcome.
Ah,
That was a fun fight.
We've just been pissing them off since we landed here.
maybe a little vindictive against the people that were holding her captive. But Fiasa was like, well, I don't know what you mean by big bird, but you said we had a fast way to get across the island? You have a skimmer?
Rocks. Magic rocks.
Rocks. And I don't think, okay. Yeah. Some of you would know that a skimmer is just the colloquial term for various. Actually, the turtleneck would be considered a type of skimmer, like a type of hovercraft that the Maricians make.
I'm just pointing at the Corano and it's like, got magic rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Windwalk or something like that.
Yeah.
The,
How do you want to?
I was looking at them to see how they actually work. Or looking for them to see how they actually work. Where are you?
Oh, necklace of prayer beads. It's under handouts.
Okay, thank you. There it is. Let's see here. Now I can read it. 10 willing creatures. So,
It's everyone.
yeah, you can do that. I was trying to find how many creatures, and I just couldn't find Windwalk on the spell list, so I'm like, oh, fuck. So, yeah,
Alright.
once we get outside, we can show you. It's a little alarming. But it's a fast and easy, safe way to travel.
Frodo, you might have. While you haven't cast the spell before, you might have had it cast on you by other, high-ranking clerics you might have worked under previously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it lasts 8 hours unless I, revert it. So
6.
I don't think it'll take 8 hours to get back to the.
Oh no, this is small aside. This is literally me adding, hey, here's a fast travel option now that you've cleared the threats, the major threats on the island.
Yeah, it won't even take that long because it's 300 feet per minute.
Yeah.
So,
You always gotta love those little quality of life things. It's like, okay, now that you've cleared the main quest, here's something to help with the side quests.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, it's also very useful if, say, your ship sinks in the middle of the ocean. This might get you a chance to, get to land.
Mm-hmm.
And at least that's why a cleric of Lekarak had it on him when traveling. But yeah, so you head out into the courtyard unless there was any other thing. Yeah, quite hurts. You were all pretty thorough going through at defacing and smashing anything that could vaguely resemble a summoning circle or ritual circle.
Mm-hmm. Just anything with magic that could.
Yeah. So, yeah, you were pretty thorough on that through your pass through, initially, and a quick check over, if the group, indulges you and helps you out. Turn up. There wasn't really many more. But yeah, yeah. So you are able to, if you want, depart. Put you on the island map. Currently at the Ruby Empress Getaway, and the island is yours to where you want to go. So Windwalk, it takes a minute of focus and concentrating to shift from solid into clouds and to revert back. So this is not a combat spell.
absolutely not.
Because as a cloud, all you can do is dash. You can't even really technically talk, but you can talk. It's just very, wispy.
It's gotta be weird just having 10 people suddenly turn into a cloud. That's gotta be weird.
There was one imp that was just kind of hanging out, sees that, is just like, okay, I'm not being paid enough for this, and just flies off.
It just sees us all evaporate into mist. It's like, oh, they got the good jewel. Maybe the Emperor still has some weed lying around. I need that shit.
We want to go straight to Rondo, or do we want to go anywhere else?
I think straight to Rondo works, and plus, hey, because we're clouds, I don't think the bugs are going to be bothered by us.
Probably not.
Yeah?
So we could actually bother with cutting a straight line.
Yeah, we can check it out as we fly over.
Yeah.
Okay, do a little scouting on the Onkeg Hive.
Yeah, this spell lasts for 8 hours unless I dismiss it, so why not?
That'd be a fucked up way to get rid of the party. You can still fly. You and Quiet Hearts would be fine.
Oh God.
They could
Dispel
flutter,
magic.
but they're not really flying.
You can fly? No, jump good.
You might be able to like basically double jump right before you hit the ground, like a Destiny
Mario
character.
that shit.
Out of the uses of that.
Oh no. Corona, now's the time if you wanted to. Okay. So yeah, turning into it. Yasuo seems a little confused at first. They don't get the hang of it at first, but after seeing it, first you Corona, then some of the others turn into clouds, they seem to like, oh, you're not kidding. And then they focus harder on it and turn into the clouds. And Meisha had a pretty good handle on it. And yeah, you fly up over. It's besides Amon, you all get to you all get to experience something that only Corona and Amon have experienced before, which is being able to fly over the island and see it from this point of view.
Oh.
Whoopee!
And it's while it is getting closer to sunset, it does put the sun at your back, so you're not blinded at least. That gives you a pretty clear view, actually. So, it's kind of cloudy, but mostly clear. It doesn't maybe rain later, but nothing's right now. But yeah, you can fly across the swamp. You go deeper over the jungle. Some of the parts you haven't been yet. You see the big spire, and how like, do you want to go down and look closer? Like, do you want to circle a bit, or
I'm down for just a drive-by.
if two people or one person with advantage wants to do a perception check, just to do like a scouting perimeter circle.
Yeah, because this is the closest we are able to get to the hive without triggering them.
Yeah, they
Get
might
the
think
lay of the
something's
land.
weird. Like, you get the feeling you wouldn't really trigger as a threat just flying around them. Some of them might be like, "Oh, that's weird. Why is the wind acting weird like that?" But
Yeah, just the two bug guards on duty, just chewing their cud, their acid cud. It's like the one Monty Python skit where they just see the dude in the distance running towards them.
Lancelot.
If you want to
yeah,
perception, Quiet Hearts, I can give you aid. I can say that I'm taking
sure.
you down for a better angle.
Alright. Oh, pants rolls.
19.
19's not bad.
It's a good thing you did the aid. That was that one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like it would have been a problem. But yeah,
It's just less information.
so you go. Both of you go circling around. The rest of you can follow if you want, or just kind of stay up above, or maybe keep flying. Probably freeing for a lot of you to experience this. Really, flight under your own power for the first time. But the two go down and you circle around, and getting closer to it, you see the spire is definitely made, as you do see on some parts, you do see some on keg that are clinging to the outside, and you can wait a minute or two and observe them to see that they seem to be like spitting up what looks to be like a mud or like pulp, like wood pulp paste, and then just like smoothing it out with their mandibles and like coating, like creating layers. It looks like they're building it sort of like how a wasp builds a nest, or termites do. But
I'm curious, like, is the area around the hive cleared of trees?
actually, yeah, there are some like stripped bare trees, but for the most part, yeah, it is just open rock and like meadow, like grass meadows with some shrubbery.
So they would have pretty good, like, there's no, like, sneaking up on them. They would see you coming.
Yeah, and actually, as you go down closer to the base where you see, actually, with that 19, you find what would probably be one of the main entrances, and I will show you. This is probably the largest cluster of entrances, as there are smaller holes around that you see, like 2 or 3 on-cake stationed at each. But here, there's only a couple that you see. I don't have any on the map currently, but you do see them like either like crawling out, or you see patrols returning, dragging logs or bits of prey they've captured, dragging them into the holes. And you would guess this is probably the easiest method of ingress. Or as you're flying around, you realize that the spire, it is possibly hollow. It looks there is something of like a chimney structure to it, probably to provide air to the interior.
Okay.
Good to know.
Well, you have found a possible point of ingress. And as you are flying around with that 19, that's fairly good, you do spot what seems to be like the edges and corners of what might have been a building. Like whatever this hive was has grown around it to encompass it, but you get the sense that it has definitely grown around some kind of building, which you remember from actually the notes of the outpost to the north, saying that there was a Marician outpost there, but had been overrun by the Onkig, and that's where that one curator was trying to take that item that you recovered from his corpse.
The one that's
Got
the item
trapped
that
in the
requires like charging points.
Yeah, and one of the charging points was believed to be in that building, which in his notes the guy is like, well, found out where it's supposed to be, but kind of stuck here, so even if I could once I get out, gonna be a real bitch trying to get in there. And then later entries, well, don't have to worry about that, then I'm stuck. Kind of bleak humor.
I'm curious. During our flyby, do we at any point see the big flying one?
No, you don't see the keep.
Yeah,
do
the one we had
see,
a brief run-in with.
Also when you were flying, you expected to see more of them, but really you only saw like 1 or 2 of the bandit flies. You've probably culled a good number of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they kept going after you guys, and none of them survived to tell the others not to go after you guys until there were none of them left.
Mm-hmm. Well, how about we keep going, I suppose? Unless we want to swing by that tower to the south. That always has been kind of nagging at me what that is.
You do. It was identified as it used to be a lighthouse.
Right.
That had toppled.
Right. So what does everyone else want to do?
I'm just driving, so I could drive you anywhere.
Designated driver.
As long as we send a message to the lizard folk village, I think we're fine. I don't think there's anywhere else we need to go than, the main village.
Yeah.
All right. Seems like Rondo is the destination.
Okay. Yeah, and this spell recharge. It lasts for 8 hours. Later in the evening, you guys still want to like, hey, let's go for a night fly. You can still do that, or it recharges at dawn.
Yeah. You
will definitely have opportunities to use it at your it's going to be very helpful in the 3 weeks' time preparing for the invasion.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Flying over, keep a lookout on the jungle, but you don't see any big masses of white fur between the hive and the village. But you get to the edge of the village, and right as it's getting closer to sunset, maybe another half hour before sunset hits. Actually, no, you would have made better time than that. It's still like another hour or so until sunset. So
Nonetheless, it saved us a lot of time. Otherwise, it generally takes a day or two to get across the island.
yeah, it's depending on the route you take, because it's going through the swamp slows things down, even along routes that you know.
Yeah. But, going around doesn't save much more time either.
Mm-hmm. So you can land either in the village or outside the village, depending on if you want to spook people.
I
But
say outside the village. I don't think we want to spook the spy.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be funny though.
so you land, and after a minute of concentrating, you turn back. Solid Fiasco standing there. You look around. You don't see Mesha.
What?
At some point, she rolled extremely well on her stealth, and you seem to have lost Mesha.
Hmm.
The fuck?
What if she was the spy?
She was in a prison cell, so
What if she was the spy?
So she essentially hit the ground and stealthed.
no.
She
You
broke
don't
off
work
some time from our group before we
Right.
landed.
during the flight. Actually, if you think about it, now that you realize that, Corona and Quaidhurst, I think you lost track of her when you went down to inspect the hive.
Oh dear.
So when we were distracted.
Yeah, because it was really the only time that anyone can stealth with you two around.
Oh dear. Well, if
I'm not trying to be menacing with her. It's just she's just not there anymore.
Well, that's a shame for her, cause to suddenly materialize in the fucking middle of the hive.
Yeah.
Bunch of giant ass termites are knuckling up.
I'm hoping
Well,
that's
she's
not
gonna
what
be
happened.
she's gonna be very confused in a week where and suddenly everything's blowing up on the island and she's screaming, "Why is everything blowing up?" So pirates attacking, dumb bitch.
We meant to tell you, but you weren't there.
You
You missed the
fucked
memo.
up.
It almost is like you were the spy.
Yeah, not to point any fingers, but it was pretty sus.
We-
I saw you crawling through the air vents as an air
Aye.
cloud.
I saw you dancing naked in the woods of Goody Proctor.
What were
Why
you
were
doing
you in
at
the
the Devil's
woods?
Sacrament?
Yeah. Spy.
We have to get Ryoko to a doctor. She's turning French.
Only when I talk about the spy.
Oh, is that joke I made? The loathsome Frenchman.
So the Frenchman.
Yeah, so we just call him the Frenchman.
So, approaching the village, you rematerialize on the outskirts, minus an old woman. Fias is like not seeming to notice that. Goes, "Oh, that was great. Apparently, I have discovered a new love of flying. That was amazing."
I imagine that's pretty handy, but I prefer being on my own 2 feet.
Yeah. Speaking of flying feet, you do have a pair of wing boots that will last a couple of days to dole out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We could give that to somebody and tell them to go warn the lizard folk. But we should do that after we spy hunt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
After we find the spy.
Wait, what is everyone's movement speeds?
30.
30, yeah.
So if I was to... Okay, so if I were to use the flying boots, I could probably get there a little sooner, because Barbarian have extra movement.
Just
Oh,
imagining him doing the Superman pose as he zooms over the island. Da-da-da.
It's a
God.
bird! It's a plane! It's a man!
Barbarians with winged boots are a scary thought now that I think about it.
Ugh.
Rocketing across the island.
Well, I mean, you could just turn back into clouds. It's each person can decide to turn into a cloud and back within that 8 hours. It's not, it's not something that Corona has to control.
Oh,
You just give that person the ability to turn into that back and forth at will. Still taking that minute to concentrate, but so it's
Oh.
So that makes it less likely that she suddenly materializes amid the termites.
or 50 feet in the air.
Yeah, that'd be a bitch. Yeah, you
Yeah,
were saying
I-
earlier, it's just like turn off the spell, let everyone drop out of the sky like rocks.
I think that's like why the spell has that caveat, so people can't kill their party.
Fucking grief.
We
Yeah,
can kill him.
that's griefing.
Oh god, I could just imagine the fucking mage dangling they're both in the sky with the rogue. Hey, remember that time I said I forgave you for stealing all my gold? I lied. Turn off the spell.
Uncanny dodge this.
Okay, dodge this.
Uncanny dodge this.
Oh, I never thought anyone would be mad at me for stealing their gold. Ah!
Joke's on you, I literally can.
So, walking into the village. So, how do you want to enter the village? Do you want to be stealthy, or do you just want to walk in
Yeah,
like normal?
That's a good question. Should like,
I'm gonna
because if we don't want
activate.
to alert the spy, then
Well,
if
that
we
is-
show up this quickly, they might be startled, like thinking maybe they thought they would have had more time.
That is the point, to startle them so we can read their thoughts, though.
Oh well, I mean, like, we don't have everyone grouped together, so to look that closely. Like, people could hear us, like, hey, where'd you suddenly come from? And the spy is, like, drinking their tea or whatever in a fucking hut. And they realize, oh, shit, they're back already. I've been had. I don't know. I don't do this whole conspiracy shit. Give me a whale. And a big-ass eel to hunt.
There's nothing here that I can use to give anybody any sort of edge. I think our best bet is to send in Ryoko and just hope that she finds them. If we want to be sneaky about it.
Well, I mean, the one problem with sending me in is that I don't know who the spy is.
You
Yeah.
could
That's the problem.
hand Ryoko
Well-
the mind reading artifact.
No, it takes time to.
Will do, Anne.
into it. What?
Oh.
Sorry, I was just talking to my sister.
It takes time to attune to it, so like I can't sneak, but I could go in.
Johannes scratches his head. He scratches a bit more. His brain's working real hard.
Oh, fuck it. I don't fucking know. Maybe we should just go inside and start rattling the tree.
Take me.
Just come in there and just shout, "We found out there's a spy!"
Okay, so
Is it
You
you,
wanna find-
Crab
you wanna-
Man? I never trusted you.
we want to find the
We-
spy.
We
We
shouldn't
wanna
do
be-
that, by the way. That would end badly.
Yeah, I know. You have a lot of those.
I will say that the spy did have an account of you showing up at the village while Ventrok was in the clutches of Galeazza herself. So
Oh, I don't
no,
expect.
I was just going to point that out. I'm just going to say Ventrok's probably not a suspect.
Yeah.
If you hadn't shown up that day, there's a good chance he would have been sacrificed by Galeazza to
God.
summon a devil, soon.
God, who knows what devil his soul would have summoned.
Crab.
The Glabrezus saw the Kirkinos long ago and were like, oh, that's awesome. And that's when they grew their crab claws.
Okay, so is there some way I could hide my identity?
Yeah, I can do a disguise check on you.
Yeah, make me just look like an average Tideborn. Then I could, just kind of casually walk in and scan around. Maybe Ventrok's trustworthy. I could go find Ventrok and let him in at least.
Oh,
What if it's...
Can I do a disguise check in this? I guess that's not a skill anymore, is it?
Do you have proficiency in disguise kit?
Oh yeah, there it is.
How does that sound? Okay, this is happening. Okay, this is happening.
Now, unfortunately, with the uniqueness of Tideborn, it would take quite a bit of prosthetic work to make Rayan significantly look different, because your hair is very, air quotes hair, your jellyfish hair is very distinctive. You have a mantle for a skirt.
Oh no, my character design has come back to bite me.
No, with the disguise kit, and if Ryoko is willing to part with it, the cloak of the manta, you can actually, with the hood up, can pass off as looking similar to a different Tideborn. You'll be noticeable, but you won't look like Rayan.
I want this back. This is a loan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ryoko, I will say that you have worn it in the village, but you haven't worn it with the hood up, so it does get a different silhouette with the hood up compared to down. So unless someone was actively watching you with that cloak, you get the feeling that people would have to know and talk to this person, because you kind of also do a bandage up around the mouth, like a face covering. So it's you look like a Tideborn that's bundled up to hide from the sun, which is fairly common because a lot of Tideborn have deep sea fish attributes, which don't deal well with sunlight for long. Very prone to sunburning. So.
Okay, so this should hide me pretty well. I'm gonna find Ventrok and talk to him first, because he's definitely, not part of the spy thing, right? No, he's definitely not. He wasn't.
That was a fun noise.
He was not in the village when the spy was active. He was
I don't know if I can say with all. I don't know if I can say definitely.
I can.
Okay. Okay, so my opinion doesn't matter when we ask for it. Okay, I get it.
You have to make a bigger deal out of this than it is, Ryoko.
Go on.
We literally know he was not in the village when it was happening. He was in a cage waiting to be sacrificed.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Pretty good alibi.
I can activate.
I
mean,
do an insight check. Ray, do an insight check.
Yeah.
Corona's just over there making this choking noise.
Well,
Hold on. 14. Fuck you, 12.
It was definitely him.
you get the sense Ryoko's might be fucking with you.
I find this very funny, but like, you notice that like Ryan is actively like
Annoyed?
She's been really quiet and just a little off since the flask. Yeah, fine. I'm just gonna go. And she just walks towards the village, like not like the regular entrance, but more like around back, essentially, so she can just come out. Yeah,
closer to where it would be a shorter distance to Ventrock's cave.
Yeah, so it looks like she's just like walking in from like behind a house or something. If anyone saw her, so it doesn't look like it's not a big entrance when she walks in.
Mm-hmm.
Is the ring of telepathy attunement, or
what
was the ring of telepathy attunement?
Nope.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna put that on. That could be helpful right now, and I'm gonna head in.
Okay. Just do a general stealth check, because it's not so much that you're like going and hiding. It's more you're just trying to be.
Could it be a deception?
Cool. Sure. I could see the argument for that because you're trying to play it cool.
I'm good at deception. Okay. It's the first time I've ever rolled well for deception.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you kind of slip in. You pass by, you pick up like one of the baskets that are just around that already has like picked items in it. So you look like you were maybe out foraging as you just walk in. So people don't really pay much attention. People like give you a glance like, don't know if I recognize them, but it's a big village. People are always coming in, that kind of thing. Especially now that you're actually in the village, you kind of look around and you do see that there are actually a couple of Sahagin.
Oh, cool.
You see what was his name? The one Sahagin that Amon met and helped free while on the boat with Kurono. You see him talking with the chieftain, Matilda.
Okay, as we go, I'm going to activate my medallion of detect thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And just scan it around as I walk.
Okay. While you're doing that, what are the rest of you doing?
Kurono is gonna find a place to wait, see what happens with this.
Outside the village, or are you guys entering the village?
I'm gonna stay outside the village if she's gonna sneak in and see what's going on.
Okay. So, can I get stealth checks from the group then?
Absolutely.
Not good at it, but sure, should have one.
Okay.
Oh, Kurono.
Not good at it.
Ryoko definitely helps tip it in favor.
So does Amon.
Oh wow! If she rolls a nat 20 in stealth, it's a 30.
Yep.
I'm pretty cool that way.
Mm-hmm.
So rogues.
You managed to, with Ryoko's help, fighting a denser thicket of growth, but still being able to keep an eye on the village, because there are people going in and out of the village. Because they do most of their foraging out in the nearby jungle rather than farming, really.
Yeah.
But the only farming they seem to do is like animal husbandry or the kelp in the water. That's easier for them to keep safe. But you find a little pocket of foliage to hide in and keep an eye out. Fiasa's just kind of like, oh yeah, I guess I should roll for them too.
Oh my
They
god.
are they. Okay. They trip and basically fall in the mud, and you have to basically drag them away as they're loudly complaining. As someone just kind of briefly looks around, like, "What was that?" And so you're basically having to help clean them of the mud as you're hiding. They are upset. They had a great time flying, and then 5 minutes on land, they're suddenly face full of mud.
And then I fell in the mud.
Not quite like
That's
soft.
not how this day was supposed to go.
They're just like, yeah, they're just not happy about it. But Rand,
Yes.
So with the detect thoughts up, you're just gonna skim thoughts as you're going around, being
Yeah.
big mothery.
Yeah. Gonna scan thoughts.
Search for those thought crimes.
Oh god, don't call it that.
I know. So
We live in a world where politics actually exists.
I know. I'm just do a perception check.
What, perception?
Yeah, because you're listening.
I mean, but like, I just pick up on surface thoughts.
Yeah, but it's still you're like going around.
Oh.
Yeah,
23.
so yeah, because you're going around listening. There's a lot of people that there's like get the sense that a lot of people there's like an excitement, and your name and the name of the group are not it's not like everyone is thinking of you constantly. It's just like occasionally you'll hear people like, oh, those newcomers actually do keep this up. I might be able to go home, or you hear a couple of other people like, well, even if they free the island, I've lived here, for like longer here than anywhere else, really. So, do I really want to go? And it's like people are like, there are people like, oh, I'm hungry. I hope we got bored tonight, or there's just all these scattered thoughts of a village. You do hear some people. You do hear from someone that you met before. You do know that they said that they admitted to having like a pirate background, but now they're like fairly not elderly, but like middle aged, and you heard them talking, saying it's like, oh, good thing I'm here. I have a bounty, and you realize they're thinking about that. They're like, oh, great, I'm definitely staying on the island. As that it's just this older guy, lots of tattoos, very clearly had a rough life at sea, but now is just like mellowed out as he's just sitting there gutting fish, probably from fishing during the day. But yeah, you just hear the sounds of people. There's this like brimming excitement.
Okay.
Because ever since these newcomers came to the island, things have been changing greatly. And you do see like there are a couple of lizard folks still around. Most of them seem to have headed back, but you don't see Orovir. He might still be helping out Jarrus and Pizlop, but yeah, because you don't see them in the village.
Okay.
Carl.
Hello.
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 What'd you say?
You go to Ventrox's cave then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because part of the perception was looking
Thanks,
for him.
Ryan.
Because part of the perception was looking for him, and you didn't see him out and about, so you would probably guess he's in this cave.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
So, oh yeah, you as you're walking through the village, you go in. Someone's like, oh, you see, what's her name? The kind of the daughter of Matilda and Susanna. Oh no, it is Susanna, the daughter of Matilda and Rosilda, the two kind of like leaders of the village. Susanna, she's kind of the trapper and hunter of the island. She kind of spots you and carrying this basket of like fruits. She goes, "Oh yeah, just put those over there." Points you at the cooking area, and so you're like, "Oh okay," drop them off.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh thanks," and you see she's hard at work. She's like skinning like a jungle rabbit or something. She goes, thanks. We'll make sure that those get into the, ready for dinner," and nods you off as you go walking off. And head to you start walking to Ventrock's cave.
Yeah. How was her mind? Pretty
Her
normal.
mind, she's just kind of thinking about, okay, doing, it's like, okay, got to clean this, got to go pluck pluck the pheasants. It's just her. She was just thinking about like preparing dinner or helping with it.
Okay. I'll walk towards Ventrock.
Yeah, and you see the caves off in the distance, and you have to like stop a moment as some kids go running by, playing. But as you're walking there, you kind of do a double take because about 100 feet away, you're getting closer to Ventrock's cave. You see someone walking into it, and it's Susanna. You see Susanna walking into the cave.
Okay.
But you turn around and you see her still working at the.
Oh, fuck!
cooking.
I rushed toward the okay. I walked towards the cave.
And
Speed walk.
you see that unlike the normal like home crafted bow and like knives, you see this Susanna has a sword at her hip.
Oh, I'm gonna speed walk. I'm gonna speed walk.
Okay.
Did she get in there before I do, or can I catch up to
Because
her?
you just glanced at seeing this person duck in, and that was part of your 23 perception to notice them.
How far away is she from me?
Like you noticed them was like 100, 120 feet away.
Damn. Okay. I'm going. Yeah, wait. 120 feet. You said.
That was when you saw her. This Susanna ducking past
Hey. This is stupid. Clearly not the correct one. 120 feet. Oh no, it's just
it's
short.
closer, more like 150-ish.
Fuck.
No, like this is like you see this from across the way because Ventrock's cave isn't like close to the cooking area.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay. Well, I'm heading right there. I'm heading as quick as I can.
Okay.
Oh god.
You rush, having to like duck around people as you get closer and closer.
As soon as it's within 90 feet of me, as soon as the cave entrance is within 90 feet, I'm casting a spell.
What did you cast? You can't see
Summon
inside the cave.
Admiration.
Okay, you can't see inside the cave because there are like hanging skins to keep the weather out.
Right at the cave entrance, I'm summoning Delzozar.
Wait, why are you summoning the frog?
Because there's a second person, a second Suzanne, walking into this cave when there should not be a second Suzanne.
Go ahead and place Delzozar on the map.
Oh god. Okay. Delzozar, come here. Delzozar, come here.
Here, boy.
Watch, I think this one might be fucked up.
Hopefully nobody.
That's because Incarnate doesn't have that many ritual circle assets. I had to make do with what I had.
Fuck.
Fine, the other sign's just making me freak out, that's all.
So you're behind. There are like a couple of shouts of alarm because people see you. Because casting a spell is like it's noticeable. You have to verbal and semantic. You're waving your arms. You're chanting something in deep speech, and then all of a sudden, you do frog or
Frog.
unbound.
Frog,
Okay.
because if I get too close to Zozar, it's unbound. He'll get fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, too close to
Or
Veltrock.
the eye form, not the eye form, the fish form.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
So those are.
Uh-huh. I'd like him to run in.
I'm scrolling to find something. Those are rushes in. Go ahead and move them to 30 feet.
10, 15. Come on, roll 20. 30. 30.
And inside this cavern, which you've seen before, it's decently large. It used to be mainly storage, although Ventrog does have a little nook to the side, and there was that pool that he uses, and you see some, or Delzozar sees some bedrolls to the side, which you would guess were probably for the Sahagin that he was taking care of.
Ah, yeah.
But bursting in, because since they Sahagin, they need every couple of hours to be submerged in water. This just made sense to keep them with them. As the Zozar bursts in, there is the sound of cracking chitin as looming over Ventralk's form slumped on the ground, pulling a sword from a gap, a seam in the his exoskeleton. The form of Susanna turns, but it is not her face that turns and stares. It is a single large red eye.
What?
And as Delzozar bursts in, the flesh of the Susanna and the clothing, as if it wasn't even clothing but flesh itself, melts and warps as whatever was contained in this humanoid form burbles out and swells as you see, still gripping a sword in one hand, but the other hand bursts and spreads into large three-clawed fingers as
Oh no! Ventrock! Oh god.
Jesus fuck Christ.
Fuck
in the
me.
Archtrove, I will show you what you see.
I'm fucked. Oh god.
Ugly. Scream.
I'm still fucked up from the boss encounter.
Oh, you're fighting a Jack Kirby monster.
Scream.
Oh god.
Scream real loud.
You actually, I think at that point she is screaming out Ventrock's name, even though she's farther back.
Let's roll initiative.
Oh god.
Do you want us to put?
So put yourself on the map. So yeah, just put yourselves on the corner of the map. So
where would I be?
you would be at the edge here, just so you can roll initiative, because it will take you a bit to get there.
Yeah.
Someone does those are at 30 feet away.
Oh god, oh not Ventrock, no. Oh no.
You'll be fine.
He's my acolyte.
At least no one spent his final days suspecting him of murder.
Spy.
Oh god, 5.
Oh,
Oh, that's
spider.
funny. Fuck.
The spider.
Rand's on the thing twice.
That's weird. I only seen once.
Okay, yeah, I'll get rid of the one where it says you have rolled an 18. That might have been from the last one. the faceless stalker.
I've got a face. It's just big eye in my head.
Stabbed with a long sword and is going to slash.
No!
Okay. As you just see it Zozar sees it just whip around and just stab down with these wicked claws that are like short swords in their own right.
Yeah, how familiar is that big old eye?
It is, the eye is definitely familiar. And actually, how far away is Zozar? Oh yeah, he'd be able to hear. Well, yeah, because you can sort of communicate with your aberrations.
Yeah.
You kind of get, it's kind of like hearing it's like you're talking on the phone with someone and you can hear like the radio or TV going on their end. But what Del Zozar hears is just this mad rambling. It just sounds like someone just cut, stab, bleed, drain, eliminate, eradicate, revenge, and it's just this maddened rambling of just violent intent.
Oh.
So. Oh shoot! I closed the initiative. Where'd it go?
I was gonna say.
Let's see. Because she screamed. Roll. Yeah, Amon. Since it's your turn. Actually, everyone roll perception with disadvantage because there is a distance thing.
All right.
Although there are other people joining in the screaming, so.
Oh, come on. Oh, okay.
Okay. Amon, you don't really, you just hear Fiaso complaining as you're helping them scrape the mud off of them. But there's a lot of nooks and crannies in a Warforged that mud can get into. But Chrono, that is enough for you to hear the distant shout. You recognize the shout of... Oh, Whitehorse, you also roll for perception with disadvantage.
BRB'd.
Oh. Well, Chrono made the DC, so that would be enough to hear. So, Corona, on your turn, you can alert everybody. As you hear first Rain shout, and then the shouting of other people.
Okay.
So, I will say that you can... And just real quick, do you want to say anything specific to the party to rouse them, or...
She's screaming Ventrock, no.
Oh, no, I was saying Corona.
Oh, okay.
Although, yeah, you would hear the ventral no shout in Rayan's voice.
I knew it. He's a traitor.
Fuck off! The NPC close with you isn't dying!
She's gonna stand up, snap her wings open, and go, "We have to get to Ventral's cave."
Alright.
Okay. So, I'll say that, let's see, I think Amon and... Not Amon, sorry. Ryoko and Yowane would probably get their first. Ryoko would probably get their fastest because of rogue speed.
Yeah.
But, and then Yowane would probably be the next. So, just to keep that in mind, Rayan, your turn. I'd say you probably get to this point at the start of your turn here.
This is where I get starting my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, God.
Because you, summoned Del Zozar and then double dashed, which allowed Del Zozar to run in.
Yeah, I could do...
Make yourself a greater threat than poor Ventralk.
I'm so far away.
Blast him.
I can't see him. I'm way over here.
And there's like hanging skins. Not like human skins, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Pelts.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Yeah.
Dwarf skins.
Oh no.
What's it called? Oh god.
We've been finding lots of dead dwarves.
Where is it? Oh, god
It's
damn
not
it.
a coconut crab. It doesn't peel people
Oh,
apart
you're saying Amelia Earhart was on this island?
anymore.
Emphasis on the was.
Oh no.
Where is it?
Where's the cargo cult of coconut crabs who worship the great sky traveler?
Who brings bounty from the skies?
I'm trying to find the name of the item I got that like let me use other cantrips.
Oh, Dark Shard Amulet.
Yes, thank you. Because I'm like, wait, that might be useful right now.
Oh, yeah. What cantrip you trying to use?
Warlock spell list. Oh god. Seeing if any of these could help right now.
Oh, whoops! I didn't have the music on.
Oh fuck! Damn it! No.
Hmm.
I was hoping the spare the dying was on here.
Oh,
Well, I guess I'll just fucking cast. Oh god. Oh wait. Okay. I can tell that this is something. Okay. Does this one let me do sound? I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation.
what did he do?
Oh god, what would catch the attention of a aberration?
An advertisement for Clear Eyes?
Oh, I know. Whale song.
For dry red eyes, clear
Does
eyes.
prestidigitation do noises? I thought that was more of a thaumaturgy thing.
Oh wait, yeah, this might be I might be getting prestidigitation wrong. Hold on. Okay. Flower spark, shuffle wind, faint musical notes, or not odor. Lights with a candle. Okay, I can't do that. I mean, musical notes.
You could dash.
Yeah, I gotta dash.
Dash. Do it.
So it took my regular 30 to get here, right? Or is it? Is
Yeah,
this where I start?
You used your. I'm just gonna say you used your speed to get there.
Okay, so I have 30 feet more.
Yeah, if you wanted to dash, to use your action.
30. Okay, Proge, go!
Fly, my pretty!
Got heat. Oh, wait. Yeah, so, my last turn when I summoned him in, he ran in here. Could he have dashed in here? Or is that too late now?
Oh wait, yeah, he would have had another 30 feet because
Yeah.
he gets his full action right after yours.
Yeah, so it would have got him.
He would be 30
there.
feet closer, and
Yeah.
Still not close enough to stop that drug from being stabbed.
No,
but
but now it's my turn. Well, now it's his actual turn from this round. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking.
Ventralk seems to be unconscious on the ground, bleeding out.
Okay. Oh god.
Those are body slam this fool.
Yeah. Another runs over, jumps like over this thing, and lands on the other side. The other side, next to Ventralk.
Mhm.
Oh, you're a Pokemon trainer.
Ribbits in fury.
Like the desert, like the mighty, the sonorous war cry of a desert rainfall.
25.
Oh, that hits.
14 slashing.
Yeah, and can't regenerate.
No, it fucking can't. Second slash.
That one
Natural
misses.
one.
Yeah, the claws from Delzozar's perspective look like they're just slashing through like candle wax.
Yeah.
But
I had like 5 feet of movement left for getting here. Can I like nudge? Oh god, nudge Ventrock back a
moving
little.
someone else, especially an unconscious person, takes an action.
Okay, fair. All right, that's my turn.
Especially considering Karkanoses are quite heavy. They're big guys.
Yeah.
They kind of straddle the line between, they're medium sized, but they weigh like a large creature.
The
So-
turn.
Faceless Stalker
Hello.
is going to just unblinking turn its large eye towards Delzozar as it slashed at him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Ioane.
I rolled the same as Rayan, so I could go now, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Which would
Well,
just be
you'd
me
be-
arriving on the scene, right?
You and Ryoko would be arriving on the next. Actually, on this coming turn order. So yeah, I
Gotcha.
will add you to the
Thank you.
turn. And then roll a 5. Okay. So the Faceless Stalker stares at Delzozar, and just again, it's just like you hear it through that psychic link you have with your aberration, as it just babbles. Strike back, revenge, hurt, as it just stabs down with the longsword again.
No.
Unfortunately,
No.
killing Delzozar.
No.
Not Delzozar!
Not Delzozar, Ventralk. Delzozar
okay.
can come back.
I'm okay with that one. He was a traitor.
And then, leaving the sword still stabbed in Ventralk, is going to swipe at, is going to stab with its claws at Delzozar for its second attack.
That miss.
8 misses. As this time it tries to stab with these claws. That's its turn. Let's see. Ryoko, you would be getting onto the map.
All right.
So, yeah, you could have. Yeah, it would take your turn's movement to get there, so you can still do like your bonus action and action dash to get 60 feet of movement.
Okay.
You just went full parkour dashing across everything through the village to get here.
Rayan is like screaming at this point. She's no longer shouting Ventrock's name. She's like, I think she's reverted to deep speech at this point. Cause just like sounds of the damned.
Rayan, your turn. Unless you wanted to say something, Ryoko, as you came zooming in. Talking is a free action.
No, I'm. There's a joke I could make, but I think I'm gonna be nice and not make it.
Mm-hmm.
He was
So,
the spat.
Rayan,
Ryoko wouldn't be joking, but I would be.
Oh god, I still can't fucking see him.
well, actually, if you went here, you could see.
Oh fuck, good. Hey,
Because you still have that, you would have line of sight peeking around it.
All right, let me check this spell because she's fucking furious.
And as you storm in, the head, as if there's no bones in its neck, just swivels around almost like an owl, so this eye stares at you. And What do you do?
I need to see if it's in range. It should be, but I need to make sure.
Hold on. You are
Okay.
65
Oh,
feet.
it is an aberration though. It might not work. Oh God. I mean, no, she doesn't know. She's angry. I'm gonna cast Psychic Lance.
Okay.
Intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Intelligence. A 20.
Fuck.
Still takes half damage though, right?
Let me. Failed save. Success half damage. So,
Okay.
a 10. Yeah, that
So
was
it
a
takes
shitty
11
roll.
damage.
My God.
And it, even though it has saved at it, you don't get the sense that it's resistant to psychic. So
Okay. Yeah. The same as like what they as like yeah. I forget what she used it on, but that like weird toothy mawy lance appears and just stabs into this thing.
and for the moment you hear that like maddened babble just suddenly grow coherent and goes, I recognize that name. And Yowane, you would get to where you're
Wait,
on the map.
Those
Oh,
are.
sorry. Those are.
Yes.
Frog.
Frog Tower! Eh. 21.
That hits.
14 slashing. 21 to 17 slashing.
Jeez, you're just those are just like tearing out chunks of like
Go.
of just soft flesh.
And no regeneration.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. Okay, that's
Which actually good thing you picked those Zozar because it does have a regenerative factor.
good. Fuck this thing. Fuck this thing.
So now it is your turn. You would get there using your movement for the turn, so you can dash to move another however far you move.
Alrighty. That would be another 40 feet then.
And you still have your bonus action if you wanted to use it for anything.
Nope. Don't got nothing.
And back to the top. This creature. Sorry, I'm just. Okay. It is going to take an attack of opportunity.
Okay,
30 feet. And then dash. Until it is just looming over you, just almost like a red spotlight just beaming down on you.
17 slashing then.
Okay. This thing is definitely bloodied. As it is just standing there staring down at you.
Oh,
Eerily silent now that after that psychic lance in, it said it recognized that pain. Mon, you would be getting to the scene now.
Fantastic. I'm just going to go ahead and use my action to dash. Because it sounds like our friend who might need some help needs help. So that puts me
Inaccurate.
right about here.
Our friend who needs help doesn't need help. It's our friend who doesn't need help that needs help.
And Rayan, when you went dashing in, you just probably out of your fury, you ripped the pelts down. So
yeah.
it's no longer blocked. And Amon, you just see this humanoid figure close to 10, 11 feet tall, just looming over Rayan. Chunks of it dripping as if this thing is made of, like, if flesh were clay.
Amon's just going to lean back towards the others and be like, heads up, Aboleth Spy.
And Kuroto, your turn.
Okay. So I got here with my movement, right?
Yep.
And I can dash another 30.
Oh, Amon, since you get action surges back on short rest, I'd say you probably spent one to get that far.
I think action surge is a long rest.
Action surges are long rest, but I have a 35 movement speed, so if I just
Yeah.
dash, it's 70 feet.
Yeah, you're like the third fastest of the group.
Yep.
Can't really compete against a rogue, and barbarians and monks are absurd with their speeds. But okay, and then Ryoko, unless you wanted to do anything, Kuroto, for bonus action.
I'm looking at a spell, see how far it goes. 60? Won't get there in time. I can still summon it though, just in case. I'm gonna put my spiritual weapon right next to you. As she's running, she just kind of holds up her hand and puts it right there. It's like, it'll know what to do.
Yeah, it's like when you summon your spiritual weapon, it's like you create a copy of your Biden and then just lob it like a javelin to appear there. Very Zeus-like throwing lightning bolts. So, Ryoko, you can see this thing now.
Ooh. Yeah, that's about where I want to be. Okay. I don't really want to get close to it, at least not yet. Oh, but you're right there, aren't you? God damn it. God damn it, kid.
Is occupying it, so if you attack from range, you would get sneak attack.
Okay.
$18 hits. Okay, sneak attack.
Whew.
18 damage. Yeah, as you just see your shuriken like stab into it from like the gut area, and there's a splatter as it comes out its back, taking a large scout of this like inky black blood, maybe. Bonus action or anything for you?
No, I'm good where I be.
Okay, Quiet Hearts.
On the map?
Yep.
Okay. No reason not to bonus action dash. Or full action dash, I mean. About as far as I can get.
Okay. Rayan, back to you as this thing is looming over you. Silent and just staring as if gloating.
God, I mean, would she think to use this though? God, he's right in her face. That won't work. Yeah, I guess I'll,
What'd you do in Rayan?
fuck, sorry. Just, I can't, can I do this more than once a day? Is this once bonus, or?
I mean, it's perfectly okay to say that Rayan's stunned into in action.
She might. Okay. Strength saving throw.
I'm the faceless stalker.
Yeah, DC 14.
Okay. 14.
Fuck. She does the arm thing. You know, she lets out all the vines and tentacles and everything. But it does not work.
Yeah, and what were you trying to do? The coiling grasp?
Yeah. Yeah.
And as you reach out, it grips into it, but this thing is so fluid and gelatinous, it doesn't seem to really find enough purchase to hurt it or restrain it.
Alright. Those
Yeah,
gonna
'cause-
dash.
When Ryoko threw shurikens through it, it went through completely fine. So maybe it has no bones.
And Del Zozar's been slicing and ripping out chunks.
Yeah, he's gonna dash. Del Zozar's gonna dash to get there, and that is turn.
Okay. Yoane, your turn.
Yay! I can get there. And I have a harpoon.
Oh.
Misses. It's like it seems to do that like cartoon, like just squeeze out of the way. Same thing.
God.
Were you recklessing?
I was.
Okay, second one hits. That is its AC.
You should probably
Piercing.
say that when you do this.
Okay,
I
this
thought
thing
the
is
color
looking
was
really.
enough.
Yeah. So this is really hurt. Looking really hurt. Are you trying to pull it? Pull it directly into Amon.
That would allow everyone to start hitting it immediately.
Although it does attack after your turn.
I had
Oh,
enough
let
hit
it-
dice
let
to
it-
heal
let-
up back
let
to
it
full.
fuck me
Let it
up.
hit me.
Let it fuck me up. I want to see what happens.
Anything else for your turn, Yoane? Did you want to try
no.
pulling it or just leave it there?
Yeah, I'll just leave it be.
Back up to its turn. And telepathically, it says, whilst just staring down at Rayan, mortal lives mean mortal consequences.
The misses.
And
Wow.
this thing is barely standing. It is. Oh, shoot, actually. And then monstrous action. It is going to stare at you. And
Uh-oh. Oh.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. As all of a sudden, the large red eye blinks, and when it opens, it is your face in all of its multitude of mouths and eyes staring back at you with just utter contempt.
24.
But you resist that. You're already used to looking at what you were with contempt and
Ooh.
regret. It's not contempt that you look back at yourself, but regret. This is nothing. But that is its turn. Amon. It is now within slashing range.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. I haven't gotten. I'm gonna get right up in there because why not? And then no, not
Actually,
that one.
you would have enough speed if you wanted to flank it for advantage. You'd be able to.
Well, I'm
slide
not gonna
behind it.
say no to that.
Yeah, so, yep, you could just slide right between its legs and then just slash up. That hits. 9 damage. 10 misses.
And that's my turn.
Okay, Corona. This thing is looking barely solid enough to stand. Well, you can't really see it, but the rest of you, this thing is looking barely able to stand.
Alright, you idiot orb. Fucking hit this thing, please.
I think you have to move so you can see it, but you would have enough, with your normal speed to be able to get in range to see
Yeah,
around the corner.
I'm just gonna move my ass.
Yeah, you can literally move like 10 feet and be able to see it, but that definitely hits.
Alright, you shithead.
Okay. As the Biden, just like the shuriken, just seems to stab right through it. And it does, the whole body seems to twitch and convulse from the, while it's not quite electric damage, it still reacts to it.
You know what popped in my head? The scene where Clayface gets electrocuted.
Very similar. I will say that is how I've kind of imagining it moving around and like just taking blows. This is organic clay. And
It'd be cool if I wasn't so distraught.
Mm-hmm.
Any actions for you, Corona?
That is unfortunately it, unless I wanted to dash, but I think that would take up
my
bonus, so.
Ryoko. Your turn.
I'm gonna try to kill it.
You must destroy the spy.
Dirty little spy. Filthy little spy.
Spy
Okay.
check.
It could be you. It could be me. It could even be.
God, I love that. So how do you want to do this? Because it had 4 HP left.
I am. I'm going. Well, I'm using.
Lie.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot him. Yes. Sometimes I'm not very cool. How does one critical kill
I think
a
what
clay
you want
monster?
or what DZ suggested is pretty good, because after it blinked and took the face of Rayan, for just a moment it was back to that large red eye, and that seems like a Resident Evil logic.
Yeah.
So you just throw the shuriken, and it's like watching a bubble pop and implode, as like the first shuriken, it just goes right through the head, and the body just seems to deflate and crumple in on itself.
Should we add that to the soundboard?
I don't know, but I was just doing that because it's like a cheerful jingle. Oh no, horrible thing happened.
Rain is running.
Yeah,
It is the perfect comedy beat.
it's just that thing. It's like that cheerful victory music close up on the party. It's just everyone just has horrified looks on their faces, or just devastated looks.
Very much.
Ventrok?
You go up to Ventrok with the sword still impaled in his body. Unmoving, unbreathing.
No.
Hey, healer.
Hey, what? I have no spell slots.
I
We
have
got
some
healing
because
potions, right?
I have a spell slots because short rest.
He is dead.
Ah, damn.
Can't cure death.
Don't have revivify.
Because he went down. Delzozer saw him get reduced to 0 HP, get hit in one turn, and then the next turn he was hit again while he was down. That was 4 death saving throws.
Oof.
That is the unfortunate thing with assassins. As Ryoko would be able to inform in probably more cheerful times.
Not gonna do it right now.
Yeah, that's why I said in more cheerful times.
I'm pretty sure this is the first time Rand's had to deal with death of a friend.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Just say, Quiet Hearts is going to come up behind Rayan and just very lightly put a hand on her shoulder.
Don't touch me!
Just take it off.
Quiet Hurts. With your perception, you would see that folded neatly next to Ventralk's body, where you realize that he was sitting calmly when he fell. There's a piece of paper. Looks might have been waterlogged at some point just from the texture, but there is a paper folded with the words "To Rayan" written on it.
They are going to just carefully move around and try not like reach over the body or go near
And
it.
this
Just,
fire pit is cold.
basically, just not reach over the body, not get between Ray and the body. Just carefully move around to the other side. They'll pick up the paper and just carefully see. Rayan, I think he left you a message.
She looks up at Quiet Hearts. Her
Oh,
big eye. From her big eye, tears streaming, but like also from under her hair, just
No. When you pick it up, it's actually two pieces of paper. One folded a little more tightly, and you realize it might be a spell scroll of some sort.
Yeah, basically, they pick up the one piece, the second piece falls out. They go, pack it back together, and they'll hand the bundle to Rayan.
she'll take it. Her face just. What do rain tears look like?
Salt water
Ink.
Or ink?
or ink.
Yeah.
Yeah, just.
That's going to be a
stream.
messy to clean up.
So
Yeah.
as this is going on, Iowane, Ryoko, and Amani, you're the ones still there at the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. Doesn't take long. This is probably about the time that Anchor, the Warforged kind of protector of the village, comes storming up. Looks like he had just, while running, flopped his arm out for the battle claw that actually you all recovered from the Mercian outpost. It seems he's taken it. But he kind of runs up and goes, "What happened? There was screams, monsters being summoned." And he
Assassin.
looks past you and sees just this heap of melting flesh.
Turns out our aboleth friend left a surprise for us.
Oh, fuck. And then he kind of looks. You can't see from where he's at, but he looks deeper into the cave. He goes, "I don't know, Ventralk."
Looks like it. If I had to guess, it's probably just a good old case of revenge.
He kind of looks around, sees that there's a crowd starting to form, and he goes, "Okay, can I trust you to keep, just keep this quiet? I need to go tell Matilda and make sure a panic doesn't start."
Yeah.
And he'll go. And Ryan, do you want to read the letter? I can show it just to you,
Please.
or do you want me to read it out loud?
Just to Rayan first.
Okay. It is quite a note. So it should have shown up in your handouts. It is titled "To Rayan."
Oh God.
I think I only sent. It should only be in your journal. So, while you sit there and read that, what are the rest of you doing?
Well, guess trying to do his best to mollify any concerned people who have gathered.
Okay. And it doesn't take long before Susanna shows up and Anchor's talking with her, and then she walks forward. As word starts to spread that there was an incident, and then
Oh.
seeing the leaders. You okay there, Rand?
Oh. Keep going.
The people start getting word starts spreading on clear that something happened. Matilda approaches, going, and assassin came after Ventrok?
Well, while we were away in the Devil's Hideaway, we learned from their notes that they had a spy in the village.
Her eyes kind of go wide. A spy?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's our culprit. And
Pointing to the pile of clay.
Ugh. Who was it? Do you know?
Aboleth.
I mean, like, if they were disguised as someone, who was it?
I don't know. I arrived too late. You would have to ask. Well, Rayan's going through it right now.
Actually, Ryan, do you mind if I take a little bit of control of Del Zozar while you're distracted?
Yeah.
Kind of
I was
lumbering
actually going to say
forward.
those are like this.
Yeah, lumbering forward out of the cave. And there's like startled gasps as like the crowd kind of steps back a bit, and those are croaking, in common. Points at Susanna, who also showed up. She's got her bow, like as if she's like expecting trouble. Maybe he goes, "It wore her face," and then just turns back around. And Susanna looks like startled by that, like, what?
Oh, that's fucked.
Ryan,
Uh,
let me know when you're through the letter.
I'm through it. I've read it twice.
Okay, and the secondary paper, the scroll, you pull it out, and it is a scroll of Find Familiar.
Oh. Oh.
So I'm going to guess Quiet Hurts. You just see Rand breaking down as she reads
Yeah,
this letter.
They're there to comfort, but since they were told not to touch,
Rand.
they're just sitting beside Rand, just quietly.
She holds the note and the because she only has one arm currently. She just holds it to her chest and puts her face onto Ventrok and just sobs.
And Quiet Hearts just sits there, just completely quiet, and just.
Fuck. She's gonna be here a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what are
and-
the rest of you doing?
After I figured out that there wasn't much I could do, I'm just gonna stand here and warn everybody, like, shake my head if they come up here, like, just leave her alone.
It's best we don't fuck around with it.
Well, I will address the Matilda, right?
Mm-hmm. She's the kind of default leader, or the de facto leader of the village.
Yeah. You're unable to speak to her then.
That's not that there was a spy in the village. It's not the only thing we learned of concern. Sorry to drop one bad news after another, but there's pirates coming.
What do you mean, pirates? Kind of glances around at the crowd as you do know that some of the people there were former pirates.
People in league with Gliaza. 3 ships.
Oh, 3 ships. Fuck. Well, Anchor's the one who kind of, because he's still there too. He goes, well, what the people we rescued were saying, there's a veritable, fortune to be made from that mine. Is that why they're coming?
Something like that. They were going to transport something off the island for Gliaza.
They also want to take slaves, so all in all, not a good situation.
Yeah, I figure they need to replace the workers you freed.
But
Oh,
rest assured, she's down in hell now.
that is a silver lining, at least.
Ryan looks at Whitehearts.
They,
How do you pray to the Reef Mother?
blinks at that. It's like, I would not know. I was not a very strong
Okay,
faith.
before you finish the sentence, she turns to Chrono. How do you pray to the Reef Mother?
Would I know that?
I think you actually did remember when you found the drowned dwarf on the beach. That you know that their internment is usually they wish their bodies to be given to the sea, but
Yeah, tide pool graves.
um, or being incorporated into a reef is also a common thing for dwarves and Karkanos that follow the Reef Mother. But praying to her, just beseeching her, you would figure would probably be just like most other gods. You pray.
Okay. I'm gonna stand far enough away where she can watch me, and just gonna go. Just do this, and say your prayers directly to her. Like the motions that you would do.
Corona Ventrok still has that long sword stabbed through him. It was left.
Okay. Sorry, my sister's bothering me about letting a dog out.
Mhm.
She's being
Ryan
stupid.
is going. Ryan's going to mimic pose. Reef Mother, hear me. Forgive this soul. Oh, let him join you. He has made many mistakes, but in the end, he tried so hard to fix them. Gave his life to fix them. Let his rest be peaceful.
Jesus fuck.
And Rayan, while you don't receive a response, you hope that she hears you.
Those are.
You would waddle on up.
We need to make him to a tide pool. Or a reef. Is there a reef nearby?
There are quite abundant reefs. You remember walking past many of them when you were walking across the bottom.
You need to take him to a reef. She can't physically lift him because, noodle arms.
Mm-hmm.
But so have
Warlock
Dilzozar.
strength score.
Yeah, so have Dilzozar lift him up gently.
Do you remove the blade from his body,
Oh,
or does someone?
she'll reach out, grab it, looking kind of in the face, and pull it out.
The blade, if you pull it out, and it seems to be a well-made but simply adorned longsword, except there is on the pommel, scratched into the metal like a fresh edition, the three-lobed eye.
A what? A 3 will die?
No, the three-lobed eye,
Oh,
the
Yeah,
symbol of the
Bliss.
three eyes.
Three will
It-
die.
It
she's
was
not.
looks freshly scratched into it. Like if anyone else took a look at it, they'd probably guess like within like the last day or so, it scratched into it.
She does not drop the sword. She holds on to it and probably looks a little silly holding it up like it's an actual weapon, even though she doesn't know what she's doing. She just clings onto it real tight as she follows Bill Zozar as they leave.
Yeah, and as you walk out, there is like the crowd kind of gasps at seeing Del Zozar, this creature that they haven't seen before, carrying Ventralk, now clearly slain. And there is hushed whispering, and there's like a couple of the kids start to cry. And they're like ushered away by parents. As you're walking out, Matilda approaches. She kind of places a hand on Ventralk's, his big claw.
Reagan bristles, but doesn't stop her because he did live here.
And she just kind of bows her head for a moment, mutters a brief prayer to the Reef Mother in Aquan. Like, you'd be able to hear that. And she goes, I think he knew this was going to happen. He was just talking to me yesterday about that if someday he died here, that he wanted to be put out into the reefs so that he could. She kind of wipes away tears that are brimming in her eyes, and she's just like,
like after you're crying for a while, the tears kind of slow down. When she says that, it's clearly renewed tears streaming down Ryan's face.
but she goes, she takes her hand and pats, taking her hand back. She goes, Marlene would be able to find, help you find the best spot. She knows the reefs.
No. I'll find it.
Okay. And while you walk across the village with Del Zozar, because he is there for an hour.
Yeah.
People are kind of silent. There are a few like younger kids that ask, "Where is she taking Ventralk?" And but when you get to the cliff, people are there to very solemnly help you transport them down to the water. They actually give you like one of the skiffs, like a little rowboat, and the dwarven husband of Marlene, he offers. He's like, "Do you need help rowing?"
I can swim. I don't
Okay.
need to breathe. Neither does Del Zozar.
Oh, so you're just gonna? I mean, this is me asking. So you're just gonna walk across the bottom with him?
Yeah, no, she's just going down. Yeah.
Okay.
She
Okay.
She doesn't want anybody else there right now.
Does anyone else follow her, or are you letting her go off on her own?
Quiet Hearts follows to the shallows, and then you can't really go farther than that, so they just wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Ryoko feels a bit guilty about how this all went down, so she's going to keep a distance.
Yeah.
Amon just
you
follows.
took the letter, right, Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. I'll say she dropped the letter behind, but she still has the scroll.
Okay.
I
So
think she just dropped it, not really,
yeah, Corona, because Quiet Hearts followed after close behind. Corona, you'd see the scroll left behind, not the scroll, the letter. But
Yeah, you could read it if she picks it up.
yeah, do you want to read it?
Do you really want to read it?
What was that, Corona or Rayan?
I said it's a really good letter.
Yeah, but would Rayan want me to read it? She seemed protective of the letter, so I don't know if I want to touch it.
She's not there, so
But we're not assholes.
yeah, but she's not there. You don't know.
Chrono's not a dick.
That's true.
Well, Ryoko, you would see Rayan, or you would see Corona pick up this letter to Rayan. Corona was the one to notice it, but everyone else, you'd see her pick it up off the floor and look at it.
The thing is, Ryoko, despite being, cheeky, is also actually not a dick.
Yeah. I know. I'm just trying to find a way so I can read this out loud.
Yeah. It's really good.
Well, we as players could know what it says. The characters
Okay.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just, click show to players and I'll read it out for the stream in case there ever is. Oh, wait. I just double shared it with Rayan.
Look at
Hold
it
on.
more!
Hold on. Show to everyone. Okay. To Rayan. It is difficult to explain why this must happen. When I peered above the stream of time and reached out to help guide its twisting flow to lead you here, it sent ripples and waves, changing how the stream flowed, shifting the path. It brought you to your friends, then to this island, all by reaching through time and space to prop open a simple metal crate to let an unheard song call out. Selfishly, it was to save my soul from being sacrificed to become infernal fuel, but secondly, to help guide this island to freedom. I justified my choice of placing you and those you would call allies to a path of strife by telling myself it would free everyone trapped here, but it merely delayed my passage from this world. Just as my old friend allowed her bones to become your new home, I gladly accept this transaction. My life for the lives of others. It is justice. My only wish is that you can forgive this old occultist's folly. By bringing you here in this time before you were originally going to surface, the stream's course is unnoble, and I dare not lift my eye stalks above the surface, lest I draw the fisher's spear upon our collective shadows. I can only hope the Reef Mother, who has long cast me from her welcoming grottos, will find mercy upon me now that I sink to the spiral of death and rebirth. Do not fear the deep, but do not swim those waters without caution. Learn to flow with the tides. Listen to the song of bone, blood, and reef, ancient and primal. Be wary, but listen to the story of the Chromaticon. It guided us to many, many truths of this world and beyond. It floats on different currents, stayed and penned by seas of ink. Please enjoy the gift of ink and blood I have left to keep you company.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a good letter.
It was a good letter.
So now you know who opened the box of necrotic beacon.
I just had this mental image of Sero Jojo stomping Rayan into the dirt.
That's how it be.
Yeah.
Also, I realized I kind of made it even meaner because it's like, hey, you found a revivified diamond. Oh shit, none of you have spell slots for it. Whoops.
Fuck you.
That was unintentional.
Fuck you, affectionate.
So, yes. But Kurono and Ryoko and Amon, let's get you involved in stuff. Just do insight checks.
Okay.
Okay.
Of course, Kurono's insight is absurd.
I'm very good at insight, yes.
That way she can see the bullshit.
Okay. Ryoko, you're still feeling a little guilty about joking about Ventralk being a spy before he got taken out, and so you're a little distracted. With, oh, great! Now I've got guilt kind of feelings, but
Not that I needed more of that.
just another brick on in the pile. Amon, you're kind of like just you're alert and you're kind of looking around, but you don't really notice anything too off as the crowd kind of slowly disperses. There's kind of lingering talking. Your group, you hear people talking about Ventralk and like what's going to happen. But Corona,
Mm-hmm.
maybe because you're still just a little more hyper vigilant because of the situation, and as you step out holding that letter, you're kind of like looking around, and there's just as you rolled above a 22, there's you're just kind of scan around the thing, and there are people watching you, but like there it's just bystanders of like an accident kind of just lingering around, kind of watching passively and just talking. But
Rubberneckers.
yeah, basically, but there is, you notice someone kind of watching the group kind of intently, but she's standing off to the side. You notice this one figure. You never talked to her in the village. She's been there since you got there, but she kind of does this, like, it's very subtle, but you see her eyes kind of flinch very momentarily as she kind of catches your eyes as she's like realized she got caught staring. And then there's just something that like bugs you. You're like, wait, this thing is clearly like Aboleth based, but Gleaza was talking to a spy within the village that wasn't stealing people. You're like, there was no indication that it was someone stealing people's faces. Now that you like heard those are say,
This was a weapon pointed.
yeah, and you just notice this person is like just kind of watching, but once they make that eye contact and like realize they got caught staring, they kind of excuse themselves and just gonna walk away deeper into the village. But you're watching them kind of out of the corner of your eyes, and one of the better things about birds, you can't really tell if they're watching at you or looking at you 100% all the time. So you kind of catch her, like, look over her shoulder back at you, as she's like walking away.
Go get the bitch.
Spot, kill them.
Under her breath, and catching Ryoko's attention with one claw and Mon's with the other, she goes, "Do you see that woman back there?"
Yeah,
I do.
Point her out. It's someone that you've recognized before. She kind of swept back hair. You've seen her kind of filling a carpenter role around the village. You've seen her like working on huts and stuff, but tattoos on her arms, but simple, like almost everyone in the village has some kind of like knife or like hatchet, just part of daily life. That's all they really have on their person, is like a sheathed knife at their belt.
Mm-hmm. She motions her head to the dead thing on the floor, and she goes, "That's not our spy. That is."
and the knife comes out.
How do you proceed? Oh, you would be there too, unless you followed Quiet Hearts and ran.
Do you really want to? Do you really want to taste it?
Yeah, I think he would have followed Quiet Hearts and ran.
Okay. So it is just the trio then.
Ryoko disappears from our side.
It's the God.
It's about to take care of
It's the
itself.
World of Warcraft stealth noise. Oh. So. mm,
3 of the oddly less moral party members have found the spy, and it's about to die.
We're
So,
about
No,
to do
mostly
this like
so.
spies.
yeah, so Ryoko slips away into the crowd. Kuroto and Amon, what are you going to do? Because there is still like a small little crowd there. Matilda's talking to Anchor. It's like we got to make sure this doesn't happen again. That kind of thing.
She's just gonna move through the small crowd, like, politely, but looking like she's got somewhere to go. Keeping
Amon,
her
you
eye
following?
keeping her
Yep.
eye on the lady, and she's not, like, going towards her because she figures that Ryoko has that handled, but she's making sure that she does.
Okay, yeah. So just the two of you. Can I just get like either deception or slide or stealth?
Let's see. What's
To kind
Amon
of
better
do the
at?
Assassin's Creed blend in with the crowd thing. Which never
I
made
have-
sense. It's like just go for the guy with the white hood.
It made sense in the first game when there was actually a bunch of white, like, garbed monks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither one of those are the best thing, but stealth is slightly higher.
You're following her, and hopefully you're trying to keep a low profile. But Ryoka, you follow this woman towards one of the huts near the edge of the village, and as she you see her glance over her shoulder a couple of times, and she pauses, stops, looks around, as if trying to see if she is being followed. And she rolled such shitty perception. Doesn't notice Amon and Kuroto getting closer. Definitely doesn't notice you. So she breaks into a jog and goes into this hut. And Ryoko, I'll say that you are stealthy enough to creep up to the door or window, and you just see her frantically moving around, start shoving clothing, rations. It looks like she's maybe secreted away, and starts stuffing them into a rucksack. This is clearly the actions of that you've been in this state of, oh fuck, I've been exposed, I have to get out of here. Oh, and you're assassinating.
Yeah, I am.
Oh.
So I have advantage on an enemy who hasn't taken a turn in combat yet.
Yep.
Any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit.
Yep. So, roll another 4d6.
Okie dokie.
Okay,
I knew this
so
might happen when I
29
Ryoko, but
plus 10, 39 damage. You instantly bloody this woman. Were you going lethal or non-lethal?
I was doing a direct attack to the throat, to try and make it so that even if she lives, calling for help is gonna be hard.
Okay. Unfortunately, it seems that this person, while you definitely snuck up on them, as soon as they feel the blade, they manage to just struggle in a way that your cut doesn't go as deep. Still a grievous wound, but they spin and push you away, now clutching at their throat that is starting to bleed. You didn't get that killing blow, but they are definitely you bloodied them in one hit. Let's do a little initiative. We'll just put you on. Let's go to the village. The little close up. It's not your guys' hut, but we'll just say, actually, we'll just say you're using your guys' hut from a previous thing. Oh wow, Ryoko.
Oh God.
wow, damn.
Do I get advantage on that? Oh Jesus Christ! Well, God himself said no.
What? Hold on, I forgot to apparently give this character their token. Was I made it? Hold on.
Roll 20 does that.
Okay. So
Yeah, okay. Chrono, you can do that. Don't do it any other time, though. You fucking asshole.
why did I close their character sheet? Initiative. Wow. So you did 39 damage. Okay. Yeah, did not like that. They are a bloody mess now. And Toronto, yeah, I'd say you and Armand are about there. As you see, Ryoko, you'd be up, base to base because you attacked up close. So, yeah, let's put on a little. How about music? Is it going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyways, so Kuroto, you see Ryoko start attacking this woman, and I'll post what she looks like. What you doing, Kuroto?
I'm dashing to get there.
Okay.
There. Okay. I think that's all I can do. That my dash I don't have the ability to, take an action after I do that. So just
Okay.
gonna make sure she's in the doorway so this lady can't leave.
Okay. Come on, your turn.
Yep, I'm just gonna do the same and bada bing, bada boom. Hi.
Oh, this person is Ryoko. This is the person you're going after.
Oh, I know. I dashed.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
just showing up in the doorway. Hello.
Okay. Seeing the group of you suddenly charge in at her, she's going to swear, and she reaches over to her forearm and runs a thumb across the tattoo of a blade, like a knife that's tattooed into her forearm. And it's like she's drawing the ink out of her skin and it reforms into a pitch black rapier. And she pulls her knife into her offhand.
Oh, hey, I recognize that tattoo.
Ryoko,
Yes.
poke. Okay, it's just 13. Second poke, 18.
18 hits.
I have piercing. And then offhand with the dagger. Another 5 piercing.
Ah.
And then she's
Well,
going to disengage
I
as
am
a
down.
bonus action.
I am
Oh.
down. No
Oh.
one healed me.
Well, you could have rolled from the short rest.
I did. I got
Oh.
5 HP back.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
You've been low on a hit die for a while.
Yep.
It's like I planned this. So, okay, now that, well, let's see. Amon, do you have your katana or your glaive out?
Going for close combat. Katana.
Okay, so she doesn't need to disengage then. She's going to bonus action dash and jump through the window. Just 15. Another 15, and then movement. She's trying to book it. Ryoko.
Is unconscious.
Death saving throw. Let's see.
God.
Oh boy.
Okay, marking that down. Chrono, up to your turn.
Either of you have health potions?
I have enough to do a cure wounds. I had one left.
Yeah. Yeah, please get her back up.
Yeah, hold on.
We don't need Rand crying about her too.
Oh God, don't fucking God.
God.
You know, she would do that instead of trying to hit this lady with lightning. Fine.
You know,
It's only
like
a level 1, so...
It's like the faceless stalker was a red-eyed herring.
It was not a red herring. It fucking killed my friend.
Okay, I mean, in terms of the spy part.
I mean, I knew right away that's
What?
the spy because, like, that's clearly was there specifically to get revenge.
So Rio,
Yeah.
you get 12 hit
I
points
figured it
back.
wasn't. Yeah.
Hey.
It was a max
So-
roll for a
Yeah.
level 1 cure wounds, so...
Yeah,
God
so
damn.
Ryoko, you got stabbed twice, and then the next thing you know, you're on the floor as Chrono defibrillates you.
Hey, there we are.
Which, being a Vlakarak cleric, is probably closer, is fairly accurate, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rub your bits together. Clear.
That is... Yeah, that's the only thing I can do because my spiritual weapon is done. I don't have
Come
any
on.
spell slots for that.
Alright, Amon will sheath this katana and pull out the longbow. And we're aiming for kneecaps.
Okay.
I have questions I want to answer. I don't realize that Ryoko's back up.
I'm going to say that hits. 12. Still up, but they definitely stagger at that hit. 10 misses.
Oh, that's it. I used my action surges ages ago. I haven't had those buddies for a hot second.
You still got them fight samurai moves or whatever?
Oh, you might. Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Let's-
if you wanted to use that fighting spirit, that could be advantage, and that would hit.
Yes, we will use the fighting spirit for that.
Okay, and don't forget, you get a temp HP.
Yes.
6. Okay. Let me do a check for them, just for fun.
And it's just straight aiming for the back of the knees, like, okay, this person tried to kill Ryoko.
Ooh. Yeah, they're not at 0 HP, but I did a con save to see how they reacted. After getting nearly brutalized by Ryoko and then just, you following up, they kind of do fall. And they go prone as they have this, arrow sticking out of their shoulder and then another one out of the back of their thigh. So they are down, and they're going to, at half speed, because that's how fast you are when you're crawling, 15, and then sprint crawl. They're just trying to make a run for it, but they can't. Ryoko, your turn. This is kind of bleak.
Yeah, the
Bleak for them.
least moral
It's what
members
a
of the
spy.
party.
Okay, where is the little fuck?
Just,
Behind the shed that way.
Okay.
dashing again.
They're heading towards the edge of the village, which I'm just using this map as a loose approximation of where you're at.
Throw them up the
Where you're-
cliff.
Yeah, because where you're fighting, like where Ryoko you're saying, that's your guys' home in the village.
Yep.
Pull a Batman. Where's the Yoram going?
Oh, even with disadvantage of them being prone, that hits. And yeah, they are still up, but barely. They kind of collapse as the shuriken lodges into their back.
It's my bonus action dash. I get as close as I can get.
They have 2 HP.
I can't do another attack.
No, I'm saying
No. Don't kill
they
them.
give up. They like collapse on the ground, and they're like they drop their knife. The ink rapier dissipates, and you see the tattoo reform on their arm. Combat is over technically, unless you wanted to finish her off. She's not going anywhere. She's really hurt.
I really do want to finish her off, but I can be talked out of it, I suppose.
Yeah, so Kuroto and Amon, you have your turns to try and talk Ryoko out of killing this person.
She's gonna like whistle sharply, horrible kookaburra noises again. Go, we need the answers.
And then we kill her.
Maybe.
I mean, that's not gonna be conductive to answers, but I look at the person and I'm like,
Hear the
fucking
crying
fine.
in your head.
Oh, so Rayan wants me to kill her?
No. What would Ryan say?
She'd be blubbering right now.
Yoko, kill her. She's a nasty bitch. Are you sure?
Burn
Yeah,
their
fuck
hearts in
her. She tried to kill you.
Burn
Well,
their
I mean, if
hearts
you're
in a
saying
fire.
it,
It's like
That's an
Alucard in his
You're
hair
man-
puppets.
so yeah, slit her.
Terrible
Slit her
Rayan
filthy throat.
It's like, Rand loves you very, very much, and she hates it when people try to take you from her, so kill the bitch!
I love you unconditionally. It's okay if you murder.
I'm
Well.
sorry, Rand.
Rayan
No,
says,
it's funny.
slit her filthy throat.
That's a terrible
No.
impression.
It really is.
That's what makes it funny.
I'm not an actress. I'm an assassin. I stay my hand, despite really wanting not to.
Yeah, they're just laying their 2 arrows and a shuriken in them. Actually, no, the shuriken poofed.
No evidence.
Yeah,
not
that's
enough
one of
arrows.
the fun things about the Huron blade.
No evidence.
So they're laying there. Again, this drew some attention as now people saw you attack another random member of the village. Not another, but suddenly attack a random member of the village, and then shoot her in the back as she tried fleeing.
Yeah.
You watch the very birds already have stone faces, but Corona is somehow even more now. And the first villager that approaches, she's gonna turn and look at them and go, This woman is a spy. She was giving information to the demons and the devils.
And Amon,
Mhm.
since you're at the cabin or their little hut, one of the things they were trying to shove into a rucksack looks to be like a journal that was probably waterlogged at some point. Most things on the island that are made out of paper are
I was about to say.
water stained or water damaged in some way. But when you pick it up, it would match the hand. You would, just quick glance at it, you're pretty sure this matches the handwriting on the notes that you found in Gleaz's place. And it's like just a journal of, like life in the village.
Yep.
There's this one crab fellow I've really struck up a rapport with.
Oh, come on.
God.
He tells the best jokes. I wish to see him tomorrow.
He's
Oh
the
my
only
God.
one I'm going to spare from death.
Fuck off, all of you.
So, do you haul her up?
Strap her to a chair.
Right now, she's just face down in the dirt, bleeding.
She'll haul her up. She's not going to cure wounds her or anything, but she will wrap the bleeding parts.
Okay.
And having learned our lesson from our last interrogation, pat her down thoroughly.
Yeah, and
That was a different game.
I don't have
Yeah.
any handcuffs, but I do have rope.
That's all you need.
Yeah, you take her normal dagger away. You're not sure what you can do about the tattoo without, resorting to
Cold-blooded torture.
skinning and shaving.
I'm
But,
just gonna
what
tie
is
her
it?
hands behind her back.
So you restrain her, have to help pull the arrows out of her and staunch the flow before she bleeds out.
Yep.
But doesn't take long before again Anchor comes stomping over. Like, what happened this time?
This piece of human garbage here was spying on us for the pirates and the devils.
And if Warforged could frown, you'd be pretty sure he was giving a very intense frown. He goes, Vothel? She's been here for like 3 years.
Yeah,
Yep.
and how long have the devils been around?
And he looks to the woman as she's like kind of dazed because that happened very quickly.
Yep.
As she just he goes, "What they saying true, Vothel? Was it a mistake letting you in among us?" And she kind of spits, some, blood out of her mouth at the ground and just kind of silently stares up at the rest of you. And in the jostling and like the combat, her shirt wasn't destroyed, but like her sleeve was torn a bit, and on her right bicep, there's a now increasingly familiar symbol or tattoo of a red shark silhouette.
Corona will take her arm and just kind of turn it towards the Warforged so he can see.
Yes, I've seen it before, but and he kind of like gestures to the rest of the village, and like there are some people watching. Goes, at least a third of the island, a third of the people here were at least sailors or pirates of some kind. Not odd, but that would have particular meaning.
Refresh my memory. What was the meaning of this one again?
The red shark is a tattoo you found on one of the scum, the sharpshooter, and it was recognized as a pirate symbol. And and now that you mention it, now that I think about it, the letter from Captain Grin to Gleaza, there was like a wax seal on the letter that was broken. It was a red seal that had a shark.
Okay. She's gonna
Like whatever Singlet Ring had a shark. So it's not like the 100 like 1-to-1 exact shark, but the coincidences are starting to stack up for you there.
Okay, so she's gonna explain all of that to him, and also explain, I guess, that there's 3 pirate ships coming. So
Yeah,
somebody having
and-
a blatant pirate tattoo is pretty sus.
You do have some evidence in the form of the notes and then the book Mon grabbed.
Yeah.
The handwriting is the same handwriting. And just do a persuasion check with advantage because you do have evidence. If any of you 3 have a whichever one of you 3 wants to take that.
Oh, let's see how good my persuasion is.
I think I'm spec'd
I got a
into it
5.
little bit.
I got a 5
That's pretty good.
persuasion.
I have a 7.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
okay.
Let him on do it.
Do it, Paladin.
I
I'm
have
a
that.
fighter, but I
I thought you were a I thought you were a
Samurai.
That
paladin.
hurts.
Quite hard.
Oh, yeah,
Fighter,
samurai.
as a paladin warlock combo, I'm just 8 levels of fighter.
Hmm.
Yeah, remember?
25. Good lord.
The foolish samurai.
Foolish samurai.
You got 2 different fucking lawful motherfuckers. Jesus.
I'm neutral
It's a
No.
good.
rogue's hell.
Yeah, 5e paladins don't need to be lawful good.
And
True.
lawful
Yeah.
good doesn't mean lawful nice.
But they
Yeah.
do gotta abide by a code.
Yeah, and the code is to smite a bitch.
It depends on the code.
And Amon, you're able to pretty meticulously point out the similarities, and eventually Matilda joins, and you're able to catch her up to speed. And she seems incredulous at first, but then her expression really hardens as you're like going through some of these notes, explaining going on, the going ons in the village. She turns and like scowls at Vothel as you learn her name is. I can't believe we let you live among us this whole time, and you were selling us out. And Vothel, for the first time, seems to react. She just gives this bloody grin. Like her teeth are bloodied as she just grins up at her. She goes, "So the captain's coming in a couple weeks, huh?"
Too bad you don't have somebody here who could rip the knowledge from her brain.
Yep. You're finding a nice little cozy nook in a reef somewhere.
Yeah, the captain's coming in a couple of weeks. Would you like to make hell ready for him? Or her? Was it a her?
Yeah.
It was a her.
Mm-hmm. Lady Captain.
Oh, I think she's already been there and she found it
Oh,
quite
fuck.
enjoyable.
Oh,
So,
fuck. She's
It's gonna be a
enjoyable.
permanent residence. Then Ryoko's taking out a knife unless someone stops her.
Oh, God.
No, Amon's like, we have given her to justice. Let the law of the land determine that.
Yeah, Corono's gonna hand her to the Warforged man and go, "This is yours to take from here."
Just
And-
immediately backhands the woman and breaks her neck. Alright, justice is over.
yeah, Anchor, he's a very sturdy built warforged, and his hand nearly goes entirely around her neck as he like just grabs her by the back of the neck and not crushing, just holding her very firmly. Goes, looks to Matilda, and Matilda's like, put her somewhere where she won't get out. I need to think about this. And he nods, and they go walking off.
Yeah, imagine Anchor's got to be a little miffed with 2 breaches of security in the span of 1 hour.
Yeah,
A 6-foot deep hole in the ground's pretty hard to get out of. Just food for thought.
With a span of 10 minutes almost.
Corono looks over at Ryoko and goes, "I didn't want to give her to him either, but he is the law here, and I don't want to piss him off by doing his job twice."
So, you have caught the spy.
Pragmatic.
If you want, if you want to, you have an opportunity to like search the hut if you want.
As we do.
The items he was collecting.
As me and Ryoko walk back, she's gonna whisper to Ryoko, "They can't guard her all the time."
Ryoko gets a very wide smile.
Corono is no level of good here.
Yeah, my God.
She's straight
You
up
serve
neutral.
war. A fucking god of justice, war, and vengeance.
I do.
I mean, I'm going to tell you it's probably not a good idea, but like, I can't stop what you do.
I mean, out of character, I don't think murdering a person without trial is correct.
No.
Mhm.
But in character is Ryoko, I'm a fucking assassin.
No,
Yeah.
that was in character. It's like, I can't stop what you do. I'm not your boss.
I'm not your mom.
I stopped paying you ages ago.
That's what you think, yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. The mom was not there to cooperate.
That's what you think, yes. Oh, I just like that the rogue and the cleric are friends.
Oh,
And
God
equally
damn
morally dodgy.
it, DZ. I just looked at chat. Can't believe we let you live among us this whole time. You were sus.
Easy.
Really?
So
I would go over gangbusters with my children.
Ioane and Quiet Hearts, you eventually hear about the commotion.
Like, did somebody come out and tell him or something?
Well, you would see like there would be like, because like if you two were still standing at like the cliff, looking down, there would you would hear off in the distance like people talking, and Quiet Hearts, you have keen enough hearing, and be like, shit, they just found another spy. It was Vothel. And
Oh.
if you turn around and look, you would see Acre marching this bound and or hand tied woman with Matilda, like calling over some of them, not quite heads, but the kind of the other heads of the village. Her wife for one, some of the others. Some of the people that have been there the longest. And there's a moment where you realize that Ventrok would have probably been one of the people she would have called to discuss this, but so seems they go and lock her up in one of the other storage caves, and Anchor just stands there as a guard, with some other people coming to, keep watch.
As the news of this goes by, and they see Anchor, frog marches this woman to a hut. Krydarx's head, swivels around, not quite owl style. They don't quite have that flexibility, but like they are tracking this person walking across the camp, until they're gone out of sight, and they swivel back to the ocean, and they're just, there's some thoughts running through that head.
Sunset's coming, but because you are on the eastern part of the island, it's already fairly dark as sunset's hitting.
They're going to glance at Taiwan and say, "It is the correct choice to wait here for Rayan." Yes?
Yeah.
How long does this take me?
So those will only last an hour, so you don't really
Once underwater, I should be able to move.
Bodies, you'd be a little more buoyant in the water. So
Yeah.
You would be able to find, I'll just say, I don't want to risk a bad roll giving a bad place to rest. So going in, the light is growing dim, but you have regular dark vision, right?
Yeah.
And you're able to see fine in dark water. Dark waters are a second nature to you. And when you do find this one spot where it is, you vaguely remember passing it by when you did your march. And there is this one outcropping of coral that's kind of like a hill off on its own. You have to use that topography. And there is like a little nook near the top that facing eastward, and you realize that if you secured Ventrok there, and he would probably be greeted by the rising sun, you know, in this colorful reef.
She'll put him there.
And with those Ozar's help, you can find some, some dead coral or bits of rock to help secure them. Not quite like a cairn, but enough to hold them there.
Does mending work on coral?
Not quite.
It's alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's enough that like loose rocks and stuff and like chunks of dead coral that or even chunks of live coral that those Ozar would be able to break off and like help pile on, and that you would guess would probably help speed up the spread of the growth of coral across the shell.
Okay. We'll dismiss those Ozar once the job is done. Then float above Gray for a little while.
And
I don't know, imagine like these streams of black tears just like floating away from her face.
And as you're there kind of mourning, maybe it's because you're mourning, you don't really realize they're there at first. But there's just this moment where you realize that there's something vast that kind of shifts through the water. Gently, but in control, and you kind of turn and you see the whale just kind of floating about 40 feet back, just silently watching. You would remember this as Nelamita was the name.
Can you write that down so I know how to pronounce it, so I can like look at it and like mentally. Thank you. No, she's not gonna speak. She's gonna use the ring. Nelamita?
Yes. You were the one called Rayan.
Think so.
Yes, that's what they called me.
And this was
Anita the White.
This was one of the people.
And they kind of you can sort of sense them looking towards
One of the people who helped us save you. He wasn't perfect. Like me, he made many mistakes. Tried to make up for it.
Then they should be commended.
Want his rest in peace.
Now that the corruption is gone, these will be peaceful waters. This is a suitable resting place for a Karkanos.
Will the Reef Mother accept him, do you think?
There's a moment of silence and they go, I cannot say. I cannot say. It's the death for my people is different than the death for their kind or your kind. It's If that is what they wish, then I hope they find it.
Me too.
Now, forgive me for being so forward or intrusive
yes,
in
your
this
question.
time of morning. You who displace more water than you have,
Hmm.
Ooh.
what will you do now?
I don't know. The reason
Then
I
you
came
have
here
freedom.
still. What?
If you do not know, that means you have freedom to choose. Be thankful of that. You say he worked to free us,
He brought me here.
and you and your allies freed me and the others.
Yeah.
Then you shall have my thanks.
I want to help these people. They're still not safe. Lameda. There's more still coming to hurt them. Pirates, I think is the word they use. Yes, pirates.
There's like a rumbling in the water, but you can. It's like all around. You can just feel this
Base
rumble of just
boosted Ryatsu.
of just it's both physical and psychic. That just this animosity you feel when you say that word.
I want to take this island back after we worked so hard to free it.
Then the way you can honor your friend is to ensure their sacrifice is not in vain.
By killing those miserable tub-thumping pirates.
And Nalamita says, I cannot stay in these waters much longer. I must try to find my own family, but
Of course.
for the days that I remain while I gather my strength, his grave and the waters around this island will be safe.
Thank you. He was a lot like me, you know? We've both done awful, awful things.
We all have. And
Oh,
when you hear those words in your head, it is accompanied with fragmented memories of perhaps you are the one of the party that would most accurately realize what these memories are because you are the one who has been beyond the mortal frame. As you realize these are memories of the whale itself as it shattered and killed many ships over the years it was enslaved.
oh. Then let us strive together to make up for what we have done. She'll like swim up to the whale. It's like face, you know?
Yeah, up to one of the eyes.
Yeah, and gently place a hand against Alameda. You, Nalemeda, who have suffered so much as well. By my name, you are forever a friend of the hungry ocean.
There's like a not quite silence because most people's thoughts aren't really ever silent, but there's like
Yeah.
this musing. You know, they're not projecting their thoughts. That's more like a musing kind of sensation from them. There we go. Before they answer, I appreciate and accept. Just as you will be a friend of the red kelp strains in frozen seas, my family.
I am honored. If you are ever in need of us again, it is a large ocean, but we will walk it.
It is a large ocean, but our songs carry far.
She nods.
And unless there's anything else you wish to speak to them about, they will, and go silent and kind of like reverent moment before, after a little bit, they will start to swim away.
Yeah, nothing else she has to say. She just floats there for a minute with him. And when he leaves, Ugh. She unties her arm. Kind of
You drift.
glances at the bones that she can get a glimpse of
Mm-hmm.
before she takes the ribbon and ties it through some of the coral.
Oh, some of the local coral.
Yeah, like near his grave, so it's like, there
Yeah.
with him. Rest well. Then she'll swim away
Okay.
and head back.
Yeah, and you're able to return back, and while you return and we're having this moment, what are the rest of you doing? Oh, we're almost towards the end of game, so what are the rest of you up to?
Fucking resting.
Okay. So yeah, gonna guess that the rest of you, that the party's gonna take the night to take a long rest, and
Oh yeah.
we'll probably resume next time with the group.
Wait. I have a suggestion to end on.
Ooh.
When she gets back, she doesn't really talk to anybody. She heads towards Ventrock's cave, finds something in there to wrap her arm, and she's going to perform Find Familiar.
Okay, that's a good little ending. So, Quiet Hearts, you and Ioana waited the entire time for like the hour or two she was gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe closer to 3 hours.
Yeah.
No, two is about right.
Yeah.
So she eventually shows up. Do either of you say anything to her? She, rides up one of the. You probably operate the winch to pull her up from the water at the cliffside.
Yeah.
Or just offer comfort if comfort is wanted, but probably not a whole lot of speaking.
Yeah.
She doesn't really look either of them in the eye, but this time she doesn't stop you if you touch her.
Just to be just a very light, very careful, uh, place their hand in Rand's and just a very careful squeeze. Just a little light one, just to let you know, hey, we're here.
She'll return the squeeze. Yes, I need to do.
Just nod.
I'll be in Ventrock's cave if you need me.
Okay.
Alright.
And by the time you get back to his cave, it looks like the corpse was the faceless stalker's. Jeez,
You
that
good?
body tried to kill me right there. You find the faceless stalker's corpse has been removed in the absence, probably taken out of the village and disposed of by, people weren't exactly comfortable having the remains of a melting aberration that close, especially one that had killed someone that
Yeah.
was considered, well, not like super popular in the village, but definitely someone that was like known in the village.
A presence.
Yeah. And you head into there and you go and sit down and you realize that the little ritual circle is all set up for a find familiar ritual.
Aww. Chill. Is there anything in here specific to wrap her arm in?
There is probably, there would have been, stuff that he had in his dwelling.
Okay.
You'd be able to find a substitute.
Okay.
But do you cast the spell?
Yes.
Okay, and we'll leave off after you do this. So you go through the ritual as you burn the incense required for it, and rather than dispersing, you see the smoke start congealing and like gathering up as it burns over the 10 minutes, forming this small little, not like whirlwind, but like just ball of smoke that's like twisting in on itself very lazily and gently, that same gentle motion of the incense, but it's just, for whatever reason, it's just forming into this little gathering. And as you reach out, you
Ditto. Zero.
realize, what? Hello?
Zero. Ah,
You cut out for a
Hello?
second.
Jeez.
you cut
Hello?
out.
Hello.
You're back.
Hello?
You're back.
We can
So
hear you.
where did I leave off?
Reach
You.
my hand out.
Yeah, as you start reaching out through this spell that was written for you specifically, it feels like you're reaching somewhere familiar, like somewhere you've been. And
Oh.
as you reach out and hold your hand out to this smoke, it seems to condense and twist in on itself, forming the body of this creature that manifests small, barely like smaller than your hand, but it hovers there, flitting these brilliant red wings, just beating almost too fast to be seen, buzzing
Oh.
and like darting back and forth as you just see this bird, brilliant iridescent red feathers, and then a long beak, almost hooked at the end as it just hovers there. The strange blood red iridescent hummingbird staring at you.
Oh.
God, this
And then it
fucked up.
goes and sits down on your finger as you hold your hand out. This hummingbird. Hummingbirds are small, but it's slightly bigger than most hummingbirds. It's like as big as your palm, but still smaller than your hand. As it's just sitting there and it looks up at you. And then, like, it tilts its head around, and then you realize its eye looks just like yours.
Oh. Oh.
And that's where we'll leave off. As you have summoned your familiar.
Yay!